pisses me off to get it secondhand. Let's see. Here you are. Yeah, I was trying to enjoy a nice Alex Jones video game that I bought, and everybody wanted me to talk about your recent streams and subreddit letters.
Wow, that's an honor.
The game was amazing, mostly because I beat it in under 2 hours and got to return it. The best kind of game.
Cool.
There you go.
All right.
There you are. So, all right, I got you up, and now I'll have to put me up, and I'll be good to go. All right, looks like I'm good to go. So, obviously, I want to talk to you about the subreddit letters, and mostly, insulting the Mr. I like your title. I went to go to bring up my YouTube chat, and I lost my train of thought because I saw your title. Did you see mine?
Yeah. What is it? What is it?
I also went really mean with Confronting Smeth about why I didn't get a subreddit letter.
So you didn't write Max a subreddit letter, or because I didn't send you one.
Yeah. That's the idea behind the title.
Oh, well.
I think that
You're not my dad.
You know, when I listened to your stream, I think it was when you read Mr. Girl's response, and then it kind of got in my head, and then after you read your other one, I don't know, somewhere in there, I kind of thought like he kind of is like Mr. Girl's kid in a way. That was a thought that I had to myself. It felt like a kid trying to demand some respect from their dad. It made me think of when I played basketball with my dad, and he like never let me fucking, like, he was way fucking taller than me, and like he just gloriously beat me. He didn't like just beat me, but he was just like of course I'm going to beat you. Like I never had a chance. He didn't provide me a chance. And it made me feel that. And it stressed me out feeling that listening to your stream.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Everything. We'd play poker, we'd play chess. He'd always beat me in everything, and I felt like I never really had a chance.
Well,
and I didn't feel like I could ask for a chance.
I don't feel like I'm being beaten at everything. I just
No, that's just the feeling that I had inspired in me as like trying to demand some respect from him.
Yeah.
But everybody in my chat seems to be I mean, even if they're understanding, they're pretty critical of your letters.
I bet they are.
And I tried to say that like I kind of get it, because people ask me like, well, you and Mr. Girl are friends, right? I'm like, well, no, we're not really friends. But like I'd say we have a friendly relationship, but it's something that I wouldn't have even tried to pursue because of the boundaries he put in place to begin with.
Yeah,
And,
except you're not as you're not quite as Smeth depraved. You don't have the depravity. You haven't been living in the Smeth den. Yeah.
it did make me think about the differences a lot.
Between me and you?
Between the relationship that I have with Mr. Girl and the relationship that you have with Mr. Girl.
Yeah, and that's because of me. it's how it's not what you're bringing to the table, it's what I'm bringing to the table, and that doesn't mean it's a good thing, you know?
Yeah, and I kind of wondered, and I thought like, well, I don't think it was the cage. That wasn't it. But I think I kind of landed somewhere in the vicinity of, I feel like you've always made it known to him that to some degree, like you want him to be like, good job, Smith. Something like that. That kind of vibe.
I think that you do to him what I'm trying to not do to him
What's that?
with writing that letter. I think that you people please. I think you people please him.
Hmm. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That the first letter that
Definitely.
like of these recent letters is like the one thing that like is the most awkward thing to say to him, right? It's like so yeah. And I know it's like I'm not gonna not say that. So deal with it. I did it. It's on your carpet, like I said.
Yeah. I agree because there was about a week ago. I messaged him. I DM'd him because I needed somebody I could trust for this. And since I kind of got my answer already, I can just say it now. I had to ask him, is it against YouTube TOS to say the N word in a YouTube video? Because I'm making a video about free speech and I'm going to have to say it to not be a hypocrite.
Can
I
you aim
can't.
your camera down a little bit?
Yeah. Isn't that better
All
for
right,
you?
awesome. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
And I didn't want to just message anybody who's going to turn around and be like, Elder Drazi said he wants to say the N word on YouTube really bad. So I thought Mr. Girl would obviously be a person who would be intimately familiar with TOS, but I felt weird to message him. I felt like I was being intrusive. Um, and like it was almost bad that I DM'd him about it. So I do think you're right that I do try to people please him, but I try to
Yeah.
people please a lot of people too. Slightly more with Mr. Girl because of the
I've
amount of reverence I have for him.
well it's ironic because I've learned and um so maybe you should join the cult the Smeth cult because what I've learned or it's obvious he's not somebody who you need to people please. He just isn't.
Yeah, I think that I'm just the kind of person that
But that makes you
needs a
want to
certain.
people please.
Yeah, I'm until I have a certain level of comfort with people, it's hard for me not to. In general, I think I require a certain amount of like security to not feel the need to do that.
Well, what kind of security?
I think I need to do something that the other person won't like. Like I know that they're not gonna like it as soon as I do it, and
Well, then
have
do
them
it.
not tear me down for it.
Do it to him.
um, I might. I think that I'll be more internally pushed to do that since you've challenged me to do that. But it's scary for me. I have
It's
a
scary. Yeah.
I talked to Zonia 2 days ago, and she was talking about her fears, and I said deep down, or I'm afraid that deep down, that people that they fucking hate me, and I'm scared to press that because I'm afraid that no matter what answer they give me, I'm going to interpret it as like I'm scared to find out the answer because it doesn't matter if they say yes or no. I'm going to interpret it as that they do, and then no matter what they say after that, I'll never believe any other answer but my initial interpretation.
Yeah. This is something that um has triggered me about you in the past. It's you are and it's because it's me too. It's you're a people pleaser. And
Mhm.
I see it and so like when I see you people pleasing people then I'm like, "No, no, no." It's because I do it myself. And when I it's like if I watch a stream where I end up doing it and I watch myself, Jesus, it's like I'm watching Satan. I need to like kill that person I'm fucking watching. I need to fucking reach through the screen. And I hate that.
Do you hate editing
Um
videos too? I hate editing my own videos
I
because I
don't
have to hear myself talk and
it's
the things I
only
say.
if it's during a stream where I end up people pleasing somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um but I am getting like it's like snowballing and I I've like come to like this place where it's like we all like so many people don't want to be that guy,
Mm-hmm.
you know? I'm 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 that guy.
Yeah.
No matter what
Yes.
it is, it's gonna be me because I'm gonna do it. So what? Because if it's what I want to do, then I actually am that guy. I actually am that guy. So why should I hide it?
Yeah, I think so. That's why within the last 2 months, I'd say I think I've given you a lot of credit for having the balls to do something that you've done. In fact, you're the only reason why I said anything about the George Floyd video. I was trying to figure out how to put that out there without having people puke down my fucking throat for saying something about it, and you opened the door for that. I was like, God damn, Smith just like unprovoked offered that out.
I'm
Um,
skeptical about because I watched that same thing you watched. I'm apprehensive about it being potentially misleading or something.
yeah,
But um, it seems like he it seems like George Floyd was like on a bunch of drugs and um he literally said I can't breathe before
yeah,
anybody ever had
he was
their knee
sitting
on his neck.
down.
They were trying to get him into the police cruiser and they had three cops trying to push him in. He kept like busting out. And so they had to just like restrain him. And he had already like been extremely manic and repeating like shit like please no when they're not doing anything. They're literally trying to de-escalate and he's just screaming please no. And then he said I can't breathe and then he kept repeating that after he was kneeled on. But it was our for I'm imagining for the cops it was a boy who cried wolf scenario and he didn't realize that he was literally dying. So
Yeah,
I think it was like a manslaughter situation and it's fucked up because he was in police care and so I do blame the cops but I don't think it was intentional.
the the big part for me is that they called the EMT like pretty much right away, well before anything had like like escalated at all. So I was like, oh wow, but yeah, I think that you aren't afraid of making everybody mad at you. Um,
A
uh,
little sometimes.
well, you're able to push through that really well. I have moments of that, but it's always within a certain zone of comfort of being blamed or being like dogpiled on. It has to be within like a sphere of comfort for me.
Yeah, well there's certain scenarios where I don't want to be dogpiled. This is the thing that Leah gets or she's been getting way better at this. She's like doing her podcast or whatever, she has control. But like let's say that I don't have a stream at all
Hmm.
and then I wrote those letters or whatever, and then I come and talk to you, whatever. It's all out of my hands. The fact that I could do a stream about it means it's in my hands. You know, something that's a fact
Yes.
that this is a really it's obvious, but it's so true. The way that you talk about yourself is how people treat you 90% of the time. And if it's just that other people you give other people control to write the narrative of your love of your life, then that's how people will talk about you. But you got to fucking start shouting, no, this is how I'm, you know, you got to make yourself heard on your own terms.
Well, yeah, if you don't, then it's only going to be what everybody else says.
Yeah.
Um, I got it. So to bring it back around, I think that you didn't do either the best or the worst at dealing with criticism about your letters. But side note on the letters, I liked them. Um, I
Which,
I thought that
which
the one where you put PS people want to come to my subreddit though, I was like, that's weird. That part's a little bit weird.
it was mainly
That
just
was almost like a middle finger at the end, kind of. It caught me off guard pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Dad Horsey's been posting there and he's pretty enthusiastic Reddit poster. I'm glad to have him. And it has nothing to do with me. Well, he seems to like me, but uh, he's just so sick of that particular subreddit.
oh sure, I almost never go to it.
Yeah,
And
he's become. I'm not. I've only gone to it recently and like a couple times in the past, but he's become notorious for complaining about it, and then now he's like got fed up and left, and he's like asked me if I can go in mine. So yeah,
I didn't even know you had a subreddit.
yeah. I usually don't know that I have one. I just got reminded.
Did somebody make it for you?
No, I made it.
Okay.
I made it
Um,
forever ago.
uh, I think that in some with some of the criticism, I thought you did it really good. Um, I would have really somebody said it in my chat, and it's something that I had a passing thought of when you were doing your video, and I think it would have been really good if you would have shown the criticisms that you did like. You said you liked some, but we didn't
Right.
really get a good insight into that. So when I have people in my chat freaking out and saying like that you're not responding to criticisms and all that. Like
Yeah.
I
Don't be so. Lay it on me. Lay it like be the voice. Be the voice
well,
of
they're
the
just saying like
people.
that you didn't. Well, the strongest one that I kept getting, which I thought was really dumb. They said that you wouldn't respond to how parasocial, like how bad it is because of the parasociality. And I'm like, but I don't agree. Like I've had this take that like I don't have a parasocial relationship with Mr. Girl and several other streamers because like I've talked to them off stream. Like I agree with both of you that it's a relationship. It changes. However, there is still a critique that isn't voiced, but it is then implied when you make that clarification that there's still a remnant of parasociality there. Like you can't get rid of the kinds of feelings and ideas that you had just because it developed into a relationship. And
Okay, no,
there's not nothing there.
there's two ways that this can go. Um, Wait, but
And I
there
think,
was the other one. First of all, I absolutely should have addressed more criticism that I thought was like constructive criticism. I
yeah,
just got so fucking sucked in to all this other shit, and I ended up only talking about like one guy for most of the whole fucking video, and I almost feel guilty, but also I can't. Then he immediately posted. He most immediately commented on the next thing I did. So like, you anyway.
was he
So
nice?
that made me.
Did he change his tune?
No, no.
Okay, good. Then I don't feel like you
Yeah.
bullied him. If you would
No,
have
I
said,
didn't.
yeah,
No,
he was really
yeah.
apologetic, like, oh, you fucking bullied him?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Word bird on the third post that I did, he immediately commented on that, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad. Good. Even though like you're still like, doing exactly the same. I appreciate that.
Were you
Um
worried that you might have, like, bullied him out of it?
yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
just spent so much time fucking like responding to just him, and I don't know, but he did trigger the fuck out of me. And so
I
the other
hadn't
thing you
noticed.
just the other thing you just asked, that was the first, and the other thing was about the parasociality. Okay,
Yeah,
there's two ways you can go with it. Um there is the way that Max has gone, and the way that I've gone in defining it. And so
oh, I thought you guys were on
he
the same page.
let me explain. So he made his reply or his statement that me and him don't have a parasocial relationship, it's a relationship, and that it is like it doesn't it like it might be like more, it's different roles in the relationship, more investment in one direction or other, but doesn't change that the fact it's a relationship. um that I think is true. And then from, if you want to analyze it in the way that you were just analyzing it, where you're not talking about parasociality, you're defining parasociality as a feeling and not as a relation, like the way you're defining parasociality um is something that we all have at all times with all the people around us to some extent, to varying degrees. um like whenever we're not talking, we have a parasocial relationship, right?
Sure, we created an image of that person in our head to
Right.
engage with. Yeah.
Right. And I know that Max watches my content sometimes, and I know I watch his content, so that's why I like the third post that I made that was kind of satirical, but it logically follows that if you define parasociality in that way, then we both actually have a parasocial relationship with one another, and it's co-parasocial. So he has a relationship with me that I'm not privy to, and I have a relationship with him that he's not privy to. So
Yeah, but the criticism is clearly that there's a massive imbalance between how
I don't
that is
know.
affecting. The criticism is.
I don't know. I don't know how imbalanced it even is. I
No,
cannot tell you.
sure, but the criticism is also that you're not engaging well with criticism. That was another one that I think I've seen a few times, which feels appropriate at this moment to remention.
What, am I not engaging with criticism right
Well,
now?
yeah, I'm saying that the criticism is that is heavily skewed in one direction. Obviously, being that you are more affected by the parasocial relationship, even if you both have one of each other.
Well, that's your opinion, but I'm not
that's
even
the
sure. I'm not even
uh,
sure that that's true.
that's not. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm saying this is the criticism that
Yeah,
is
I know. I'm
clearly
not
there.
I Well, that's whoever the fuck. But I don't
Yeah.
even know if that's true. He could be thinking about me night and day. I don't know. It's his problem.
Well, yeah, but he's not writing letters to you
Well,
publicly.
that's because it's his job to hold the boundaries. It's not my job. That's why I'm
Why is it
allowed to
his
do that.
job?
It's the way he's established the relationship. That's the like it's his job because he feels like he has an ethical responsibility, and it's in my best interest to to be in the specific type of relationship and then not blur those boundaries.
Okay, I won't pussyfoot around it then. What do you think the people on the subreddit would say the reason that that is then?
Um, then the people in the subreddit would say that there is a secret sex orgy. We're trying to manipulate. He's trying to manipulate me so that he can groom me. I don't know. Whatever they just whatever you give them,
Oh,
they are going to spin it the worst way they possibly can. And not all of them are even the worst of the worst in terms of doing that, but collectively they are, and they all get it from each other. They're all
okay. Well,
part of it.
my viewers aren't that far out. I was gonna say I think that the people that were in my chat would say that you're more heavily affected by it. You're the one who's reaching out more. And at the very least, to their credit, all that people see is like a one-sided
Yeah, that's
push.
because that's because Max has boundaries, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anyway.
Uh,
I'm allowed to talk about how I feel about Max, and he has to hold his boundaries. Uh,
Yeah. That's one of
he
the things I
so
kept saying. I was like, but he's allowed to. Like, even when I'm like, yeah, that might be
yeah,
the case, but like, he's allowed to. People don't think you're allowed to.
yeah. He's probably jealous. Like like for one, he might be want to just say like he might want to like yell at me. But for two, like I don't. There's a litany of things that he might want to say to me, and he won't because it's in my best interest that he doesn't.
So is the implication here that you're taking advantage of those boundaries then?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just
At least in saying that,
in saying what?
it almost sounded like you to me you were saying like you understand how to navigate around his boundaries to like your advantage.
I'm not navigating around his boundaries. I'm exist like it's like his boundaries are walls, and I'm inside of a room surrounded by these walls, and I am like I could just sit right in the middle, very center, cross-legged, and afraid of going near any of the walls, or I can just do whatever I want in the room without breaking the walls, and I'm not breaking the walls.
Sure. I to be fair, I thought you were being kind of jokey with it when I thought
I
you were saying
was
that. Okay,
with
okay.
what with what
When I said that, it sounded like you were saying that like you know how to navigate around his boundaries to your advantage. Like, well, I can do this, and I know he can't do anything about it because of his boundaries. I thought maybe you were
No,
being a little cheeky.
no, it's not like I'm gloating that he can't. Actually, like it's pretty clear that it annoys me. It like frustrates me that he has these boundaries,
Yeah,
but it it's that's his job, and I'm allowed to be frustrated. If he's going to set a boundary and not allow me to be frustrated by it, that's two boundaries. That's a boundary, whatever the fuck boundary he set, and then a secondary boundary where now there's a boundary against me having feelings about the first boundary.
yeah, that's a not
So,
okay boundary to have.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
If
I
you
think
are
he's pretty fair with them.
if you have the balls to set a boundary, you have to have the balls to deal with how people feel about it, and that's okay. It doesn't mean they're not breaking your bound. They're like doesn't mean they're breaking your boundary. Like you just got to live with the fact that it makes people feel feelings.
Yeah, if a
Uh,
boundary is necessary, then it's probably going to make somebody upset, in my
yeah,
experience.
yeah.
Otherwise, it might just be a preferential boundary rather than a necessary one. I find that most of the time when I have necessary ones, people get really fucking pissed at me.
Yeah.
Um,
Otherwise, it
and
wouldn't be necessary.
yeah, and I can't get mad at them. I just have to be like, that's how it is.
Yeah.
There's really not a whole lot to say once they run into it that hard to where you have to like
It feels
verbalize it again.
in that being in that position, it feels like when you were the one setting the boundary and then they get upset, and it feels like you have a responsibility. To me, it feels like I have a responsibility to make room for that and not tear it down and not silence it, because like I'm part of it. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I think that there's another thing too. A good example, this part's good because nobody fucking understands boundaries. I argued with fucking Tom because he thought a fucking negotiation was a boundary on its face. People are fucking retarded when they hear the word. Um,
It
if I'm
literally
mad,
just means a no. No.
it means uh no for me. I'm not
Yes.
going to. That's what it means. It doesn't mean you can't. People think it means you can't. It means if you're going to do
Right.
X, then I will
Then I
excuse
will.
myself.
Yes. So like
I'll
if you
remove
were
myself
going
from it.
if you're going to cheat on me, it's not that you can't cheat on me, but if you do cheat on me, I can't be with you. That's what a
Yes.
boundary is. Yes. 100%.
So the thing that you're talking about, that responsibility, there's also, I guess I'll just explain the thing and then point out how it's a boundary thing and responsibility. When I'm mad at my wife, I expect her to hear me out and listen to why I'm mad and deal with my feelings, which means that because I feel like then I don't get to say, hey, if you're going to make me listen to how you feel when you're mad, I'm not going to be a part of this. I feel like then I have to have, uh, if she's going to not put up a boundary about me being angry, then I feel like I have to also match that. And I feel like these are fair, like boundary negotiations.
If you are mad,
When I get
wait,
mad at my wife, I want her to shut up and listen to how I feel. I want her to hear my feelings and not interrupt me and hear them. I'd
it's a
prefer
tough
that she
one.
also take care of me.
It's a
But
tough one. It's a tough one.
sure. And I think, barring me being a monster about it or a total fucking dickhead, that I think that that's a reasonable request. Obviously, she does not have to follow through with that. But because I'm asking that, it means that I feel the responsibility that I need to have more relaxed boundaries about her being angry. So I did something a while ago where I knew she was going to be mad, and when she told me, or when I told her about it, because I don't hide stuff from her, I just let her go off on me. I let her say everything that she wanted to say before I explained why. In the moment, I thought it was okay, even though now I don't, because I want her to not have a boundary that you can't talk to me when you're mad. I feel like that's my responsibility. Then I
Yeah,
have a
like because the way that boundary works is it's you're saying if you get mad at me, I can't handle it. So I can't be in a relationship with you if you're gonna be mad at me. What the fuck kind of relationship is that?
uh,
Yeah. It's
which means I also have to be tolerant and not um, be so protective
yeah.
of myself in that area. So boundaries are negotiable in that way.
Well,
Uh,
it's tough in that um that dynamic of wanting to have your feelings listened to,
mhm.
because it tends to spiral where you are upset about something. You start talking about how you're upset about it, and now immediately the other person's upset about it too. And they want to be heard too. And everything each party does causes more, and it's like one person in the end has to suck it up for a
Yep.
moment for it to, like, it just starts a spiral that one person has to like stick their fucking foot in the ground so that you can like
So I said
stop
I
and
need
then
you to shut up and listen
unspiral the whole thing. Yeah.
to stop that from happening because if I'm mad about something, I need to be mad about what I'm mad about, not mad about what you're mad at me for after me being mad. So this is like that's how I feel like the responsibility when it comes in. Even if I'm gonna set boundaries, it means I also have to then hold up my end of a responsibility. Um, I think shit. I don't know which thing I want to ask you about first. I think I want to say this first. I
Wait,
saw,
wait, before you say it,
yeah.
3, 2, 1,
If you
go.
rap, so help me. Okay. Um, I saw a criticism of you that I thought was the best way to criticize somebody. Um, and It's the did you see the videos where somebody edited it's like a woman's voice reading your letter with like a whole
Yeah,
scene and everything with it?
Valley Girl voice.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny, and I was like, if I did
I
something, this is how I want somebody to criticize me. I want them to be creative, and like it should at least make people laugh because of what they did, and not just
I
have it be at me.
no, they did
That's
that.
how I would like. I understand they did it to be shitty, but that's how I want people to be shitty to me.
But no, they failed. Okay, no, because the like, I thought it was just funny at first, but the thing is, they were misquoting me, and they were not
I did catch one
the
misquote.
the whole thing was full of it, and it was
Oh.
not to my benefit the whole time. And so I was like, oh, you're just trying to make it shittier so it sounds bad.
Oh, I didn't know that there was. I just noticed that they didn't say I puked on your carpet, and when I listened to it the first time, I thought like, well, maybe I just missed it, or maybe it's on the other one, and then I missed it. Well, if that's the case, then that's shitty, because I really
Yeah,
liked that.
I think that one was better than the other one for sure.
Huh? Hey,
Yeah,
like the
they
fucking
fucking
stream, you guys.
misquoting. Don't if you want to do it, it's great. I
You like the
condone it,
format?
but don't misquote me.
Yeah, that
You know,
changes
like
a
yeah,
lot for me.
you can add the likes, like the Valley Girl, and I'm going like, and then and but like don't misquote me, you motherfucker. Get it right. Get my fucking psychosis right if you want to fucking make a meme.
Um, yeah, okay. So you appreciate the concept, just not the okay. That's super fair because if I would have known that, uh, I just thought it was me not hearing it. But I would have been like autistically listening and like looking at it the whole time to see how bad it was if I had known that myself because I'm weird. Um, so my next question is, how would you how do you want to interact with Mr. Girl? Say he had no boundaries for you. He said, "I'm not protecting this fucking guy no more. No boundaries." What's the desired effect of that?
Uh, Skin suit. Um, uh, I don't have a like a I don't have a like a dream board about my like relationship with Max, where I want to
Well,
the
that's a
one
bit more dramatic than I'm saying here, but like when you go to write the when you're like writing the letter and stuff, and you're having those thoughts, I guess it that kind of an act tells me that there's something that like you wanted to do or that like you've thought of doing. You're like, oh, I can't because
but I know
I'm not allowed.
I I don't know what it is that I'm want to do that I don't think there's anything I want to do that I'm not allowed to do. But
Oh,
I want like what I want is twofold. Intellectually, I greatly appreciate his boundaries because I do understand and feel how they're good for me, not just on the level of being protected in the way of this whole thing about like a destiny orbiter and how they are like not protected from destiny and kind of thing. Also, it's uniquely good for me, and that's why it makes me upset. Because I have not been put in a lot of relationships where someone has defining power over the relationship and defines the boundaries, but also has my best interests in mind. I feel like I'm always sort of negotiating the relationships to try to avoid being abused or something along those lines. And so that's actually very healthy for me.
sure.
And so I see that, but that's also why it makes me very uncomfortable. And I want to define the relationship. I want to because I like so like I obviously know that he cares about me, but he's not going to say I love you because he cares about me.
Yeah, because that would hurt you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So that makes me have a bunch of mixed feelings and it's probably good for me. to have those feelings. It's good for me to have those feelings. And if he were to shut me down, then I would just continue along with all like him allowing that is good for me too.
Yeah, I think so. I swear to God, this isn't a meme, and I know people are gonna say things about the fact that I said this. But do you ever just get really fucking pissed when you're dealing with this and just think like every single person who's saying this stuff is just dumb. I'm actually smarter than them. They don't understand a single fucking word that I'm saying, even though it's not very fucking complicated. God damn it. Why are so many people so fucking stupid?
Okay, I don't actually know.
Do you ever feel that rather than think it? Have that feeling of like
No,
the essence of that at all?
I think can feel worse
Oh,
because I think that it is okay. So like with the, I was talking about like Wordbird. I think Wordbird was bringing in his own baggage into it, and it was in the criticism has to do with his own insecurities. Um, and that's fine. And honestly, that's why I feel like I Wordbird deserves respect, and yeah, but so there's that happens, but also people don't trust me or Max. So when I talk about how I feel about the relationship or whatever, they think that it is a ploy. They think I'm trying to I'm actually not trying to undermine his boundaries. I'm trying to express how I feel about them, but that's not to commit. I'm not actually I don't want to manipulate him. I just want him to know how I feel about them. It's not me trying to undermine the boundaries. Most people though do
yeah,
express their
yeah.
feelings. Most people express their feelings only when they're trying to manipulate because most people aren't given the space to have their feelings without it being a ultimatum. Like I feel this way, so you have to change something. No, that's not what I don't it it would be, and part of me would want to go give Mr. Girl a hug. And
If I seen him in real life, I'd ask him if I could hug him.
yeah, that's probably not,
He could tell me no. I don't care. I'm gonna ask him.
I don't think that would be too inappropriate.
But I
But
mean, still, I'd if I seen you in real life, I'd ask you if I could give you a hug.
yeah, a little peck on the cheek. But yeah, I don't. So I honestly, I don't even know. Like when you say like, what would I want? I don't even know what I would want would look like. What I want. The thing is, the what I would want would actually look exactly like what is happening right now, and I don't realize it emotionally, even though I realize it intellectually.
Yeah, that was sorry, my voice is still recovering. So I just cracked there. That was I feel like me asking you that, I was trying to give a voice to what I feel like a lot of people like a lot of people that have criticism of what you've done recently would like want to know. I feel like
I
there's a this is what I think a lot of people who are being really critical of this are going like, look, everything that you're saying about this is a fucking lie. You're a sick fucking
Yeah, they don't.
weirdo, okay? You're a sick fucking weirdo, and just say the sick, twisted thoughts that you actually
Yeah,
have.
because if I was doing what you're doing, it would be because I'm trying to like I'm trying to control Max or whatever. I understand that Max is the doll review guy, and he's not going to crumble on his boundaries. I don't know how the fuck Lav got him to do a rap song with her, but that is why I had the confusion like that. There's some weird shit going on there, and that made me confused about my own boundaries with him.
He chased her. She she got mad. She told him no, and she ran away, and he used the music thing as the way to bring her back. That seemed pretty obvious to me. That feels
That's how
like that's what it feels like to me.
sort of, but it's and that can combined with he's mentioned that he's feeling lonely lately in his relationship, which is something that I understand happening sometimes can
Yeah.
affect your life in other ways too. Um, I've been feeling that way too, and that is also a contributing factor to me being extra emotional about other relationships like Max, and so that's a contributor. Um, Max gave Leah she didn't want. He gave her everything she didn't want, and
She's kind of like his mother. She did everything to piss him off when she first met him, and then he gave her like the ultimate care and consideration. And then she
that
said,
that's
"I
the
don't
that's
like
how that's like
I
a
don't
daughter though. That's not like a mother.
I think it can be both though. He
No, if only
because
if you're parentified. I don't agree.
I don't think that he could parentify her. So the next best thing is that.
I just don't agree that that's what like a mother.
No, I'm saying that I think that there's I think that there's enough similarities into how that first interaction made him feel. He tried to remove her completely on that first interaction. Um
Yeah, and so what I was getting at is he gave her everything she didn't want, and then that's become baked into their relationship, and I don't know.
yeah, I remember the first time I talked to you, uh you said something to the effect of like that you were jealous of something about her, and then you made that picture, and then you felt really bad for doing the picture. You
Yeah,
photoshopped
okay,
her
so
out.
the there's at multiple points. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, dude. At multiple points there has been confusion
sure.
regarding Max's boundaries with Leah and what is going on with their relationship. And excuse me, at those points, I end up having confusion, and it like she was able to. I didn't understand at the time that she had a pre-existing relationship with Destiny and the whole foot thing and eating her out thing and all that shit. Um, but so what I saw was she went on Max's hotline, then ended up going on Destiny's show and all that, and I saw this. Like I was like, oh, he Max is giving her this like keys to like an audience and a certain like all this stuff, and I felt like she was this is very old news, but the reason I wrote that I made that picture is Jesus. This is annoying. I don't want to go over the whole drama, but
I ain't
I
trying to dredge it up. I'm just trying to put the pieces all together while they're in
it
front of me.
doesn't they're totally different though. Um I guess I don't need to actually explain everything, but I guess now that I started, I
Sorry.
I went on the hotline, and then she was the co-host, and she
Oh yeah.
she was shutting me down, and she was saying that I was crazy or whatever, and then I'm gonna wear him as human skin or whatever. And then after I left, then she started insulting me. And then to smooth things over, Max presented her with the portrait of him, Shaylin, and her, the family portrait. So to get back at her, I took the portrait and then I photoshopped my face over hers, and then I sent it to her. And I was like, see, who's the one with the skin suit now? And
Wait,
yeah.
she's the one that said the skin suit thing to you?
Um, I don't know for sure,
Okay, that would have
but
freaked me out because I was say back in like the Twitch days, Mr. Girl accused me of wanting to wear his face as a mask. And I was like, oh, like that's funny, ha ha ha. But if she said that too, that's I don't like how in tune they are with the
I don't
flaying
know.
people.
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
that's fair. You and I have both had people skinning accusations lobbed at us from Mr. Girl and or Lav.
Yeah, I really hate that.
Uh it was kind of a bummer to hear it. Like I took it as a joke, but I was like, God damn.
Yeah, I don't
I,
think
I
it
held the duality of it.
I don't like it. I don't think it's funny because
Well, I kind of have to think it's funny, right? Otherwise, I'm like even more bummed out to
well
hear
then
it.
you have to be bummed out then. Don't let him bully you and then like take care of yourself. Like if he bullies you, it's like what you got to learn. Take one of the pages out of the fucking Bible. Learn one from Jesus. Turn the other cheek. If someone fucking slaps you in the face, you don't hide your fucking slap from them. You show it. You bear it with all your fucking heart that they got a fucking red mark on your face. You don't fucking hide it from them.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, oh my God, it was over a year ago. Holy shit. Yeah, I haven't thought about it too much until you said that. So one of my most how do I want to put this? Agitated regulars. They're always saying something contradictory to whatever I have going on. They're always like arguing against me in my chat. So bear that in mind when I ask. Ask him if he has a humiliation kink. That's my theory. I told my viewers to send me their questions and I do my best to interpret them.
Cool.
Uh I just had to read that one. There's no interpreting it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, maybe it would be ideal for me to have a boundary about this topic, but um, I have specific humiliation kinks, and any humiliation that is done is not gonna fit the bill. You got to
That's
do
fair.
it just you got to do it just the right way, baby.
Uh
You got to touch my sore spot just right.
I look, I know how it goes, okay? I am romantically intertwined with women that have humiliation things. Not anything will do it. I know how this goes. Just don't ever tell me what it is. I don't want to know. You can just tell me to fuck
Yeah,
off.
sure, sure. Yeah, you fucking creep. I'm not telling you. Get out of my fucking DMs.
No, block me. Let's see. Oh, okay. Um, so Emery. Figured I'd just let that hang there for a bit. Emery was
What
in my
about?
chat during it, and I don't feel like he was the most critical person, but he's the most animate about being critical of anybody that I've seen. Hey, Extreme Dad, nice to see you. Um, so he was really hammering down on the fact that you refuse to acknowledge the parasocial aspect. I know we already covered this, but he said to the effect of, if I met my favorite artist, I'm assuming he means musical, and then I developed a friendship with them, I don't think that it could ever be the same as like a regular friendship. There's a different element at play here. There's something that's always going to
Mr.
be
Girl
different.
isn't he's not my favorite artist.
Well, you're deflecting right now because I think you can still draw the parallels. It doesn't have to be the favorite for it to still fit the analogy. That's just what he chose to use. He's saying that he's a fan and then he develops a friendship with this person, that it could never be the same. And basically stating that once there is parasociality, that like it can't ever, like the kind of relationship that you have with that person can't ever be the same as it would be somebody that you weren't parasocially like attached to, that you weren't a fan of prior.
I don't agree.
Do you think you'd be exactly the same?
Um, it could be any number of things. I don't think that that's necessarily true though. Actually, I think that it's very likely that you become disillusioned, and then you're going to realize that the person that you thought they were is not a real person, and then you're going to stop liking them altogether.
Um,
And you're gonna the thing you're gonna the thing you idolize is gonna die. That's what I think's the most likely scenario.
that's what happened to me with Destiny. It really hurt my feelings when I talked to the day that we both talked to him. He really hurt my
Yeah.
feelings. Yeah.
As soon as I sucked his dick, I realized his cum doesn't taste quite the way I imagined it would. So it was a real heartbreaker. A little
Well,
bit cheesy.
I came in with accusations to him, and he lied to me, and at least how I interpreted it with him using my name in an analogy, it felt like he made like a low key threat at me, and I was just like, "Where's the fucking debate lord at here?" He literally said to me, "I don't think I can convince you of anything." Like, bitch, you don't say that. You tell me why
Yeah,
I'm wrong. You beat
you're
me into the fucking ground.
like
Like, let's
ironic.
argue.
Yeah,
Fight me.
ironically, like he probably could convince you of a lot of things too.
He has. I
But him
watched him for
say,
years.
but him saying that to you is a optics type like thing. It's not because he doesn't actually think he can convince you. He probably could have convinced you of anything.
Maybe. I was ready to fight about it though, and it came off as extremely dishonest to me, and that's what hurt my feelings. Is that I watched him for many years, and he always seemed to be really on point, really honest. Sometimes a little snaky or like weaselly or whatever to be rhetorically effective or to like win an argument. And that was always fine when I watched it, but like
Yeah.
to have it happen to me when I finally had a chance to actually argue with him, my wife would be like, "What would you debate Destiny on if you had the chance?" Because I'd watch him so much. Like, I don't know. I agree with a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff that he
I
says, but it's
finally
tough.
I
So I was
finally
like, maybe
go and
abortion.
I go hug Mr. Girl, and then it turns out he just rapes me. And then
I thought you were gonna say he had a boner. God damn. So Smeth, you finally got to meet Mr. Girl in person. How'd it go? Shut up.
uh I don't want to talk about it. I do let's plays now.
I don't like politics. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You change your Discord to just like the den.
I changed it to I don't know, whatever e-girls do, like a picture of a potato, and like I'm like we're the potato clan, and you know what I mean? Like they'll like pick something that's the most
I don't know
like
any
they know
e-girls.
they okay, this is just random, but they'll know that their whole audience is like has part of their relationship as a sexual attraction to them. And so the whole way that they design their whole community is based around ignoring that fact. So they try to make everything as awkwardly unsexual as possible so that they can pretend it's not the case,
But also
even though
makes
it
more sexual tension even
yeah,
stronger.
it makes more. Yes, it
Wait,
does.
like
Yeah.
it's the way to create the most maximal amount of it.
Yeah, it's like edging. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mental edging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is gray, so as soon as you see something green, you fucking come in your pants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But it's a potato. The potato's the green thing. So you're being forced to come to the most like pathetic, sad. It's like a potato with a Sharpie drawn cat face on it, and it's like, see, come to this bitch. Uh, yeah, fuck you.
um, so Emery's here now, and he can speak for himself. He said this parasocial
Uh,
relationship you have established isn't going away until that realization. You've made it
what am
clear that
I?
he is your idol, and I don't think you've made it clear that he's your idol. He says, but your attachment is made clear in what you are doing is unhealthy. I don't even know what that
I think
means.
I think that Emery knows Emery best.
Yeah, I read his words.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that the way he's describing it is probably true if he were me.
Oh, sure.
And so I don't want to tear that down. Like, that's not, I don't want to ridicule that, because it's probably true that that's how he would feel if he were me, or maybe how he feels in some regard as him. And if I tear that down, it's like I'm shaming him for those things, but that's just not me. That's not, you're not getting it right.
This is what you just said is a really good point to like a lot the thing that a lot of people were saying, like
I
the
do.
bad criticism of the no therapist would ever tell you to do this. First of all, it might be the case that therapy is an individualized thing. So it might
Yeah.
be the case if they had full knowledge, like if they were like, you know what, to understand my patient, I'm going to watch some of this Mr. Girl guy and I'm going to try to get a good understanding of like what all this is going on. And like you've told them enough about how you stream in the communities and all that. It is not unfathomable to me that they go, you know what, maybe you should say something public like this. I could see this being helpful for you. I think that you're emotionally in a spot
Yeah.
where this could be beneficial to you.
Telling my
People,
therapist about that after having had this argument with people, and then I was expecting her to like bat an eye when I said it was like public, and she didn't. And it was like nothing.
yeah, people who say uh, your therapist should lose their license. I seen people saying that you shouldn't be allowed to be a psychiatrist to a psychiatrist who reacted to a music video. Okay, people have no fucking clue. I don't care if they're in therapy, if they're seeing a psychiatrist. What? They don't know. They're not. They didn't go through the schooling. They don't know what's on the other end of that desk. They don't know the reasons why people get um, the recommendations from their therapist. It's crazy to think that everybody is like
It's
everybody on Reddit, everybody who's criticizing anything about therapy, they're all like better than every therapist in the world. They know best.
Yeah,
They have the best handle on the ethics.
but they're talking about themselves.
Yeah. But they're
Look,
projecting it onto the therapist.
I do look up to Mr. Girl. Not really as an artist as much as just as somebody who has liberated himself from a lot of shit that uh most people refuse to. So I see him as a role model.
Sure. Um, I think that a lot of people might find that to be a scary statement, but I think I fully understand. Um,
Yeah.
when I say certain things about Mr. Girl, I can feel the ire. I can imagine the kinds of things that people would say in response to me saying them. And I think I'm having some of that. I think I have some of that from you too. I can hear my inner critic criticize you, even though it's not things that I
Well,
on the
fuck
face
you.
agree with. Well,
That's my
I
thing.
I say
No
fuck you to
you.
that voice too.
No you. No you. No you.
Um, Emery said, "What I'm describing is true if you were you." That's crazy. The only thing you've ever seen of Smith is what he's put in front of a camera for you to see. Um, so that's kind of wild to me. Like, you know what? Excellent segue into the question that I had. Is it so more this thing I want to say? I don't know why I keep saying question. When people are talking to me about it, I said I don't know how much of the letter that you wrote is pure honesty, how much of it is art, and how much of it is humor. And that's part of it. I'm not supposed to know, but I'm supposed to understand that these elements are here if I understand enough about you to criticize you for writing them. And
Yeah.
I'm getting really frustrated when I hear people propose to
Yeah.
know that this is the case. It's that's when I said that too. That's when I started to feel really uneasy answering
No,
for
they
you
can
because like
know.
I don't even know.
They can know. It's both.
Well, I don't know which parts are exactly. I can kind of get a feel for it, but my
It's
opinion
both.
of it isn't what most people's is.
It's both.
Yeah, and I think that I believe that you would feel compelled to never reveal that because that would kind of defeat the fucking purpose of having the more artistic
Fuck
parts of
you.
it,
You're
right?
not me. I can make my own artistic
Hey,
decisions.
that's
Okay?
based on shit
She,
that I've heard you argue.
she, she, like when I said that the relationship is a co-parasocial relationship, it's both satire and I actually had that thought pass through my head. When that thought passed through my head, I was like, that is really funny. And it's an actual thought I had and I realized it's funny and it makes me laugh at myself. So I posted it in a self-deprecating way and honest way, and it's funny.
Now, I think it's kind of weird. Okay, because I assumed that in all of those there's a bit of self-deprecating humor. Um, but then you also so you write these things and you post them publicly, which means they're written to be viewed publicly. Which means that you're inviting criticism.
Yeah.
The thing that I guess my criticism is of how you've engaged with it since then is that when you say that you welcome the criticism from it, it doesn't feel like it. I got a lot of ire from you. It seemed like you were trying to have fun with it
Yeah.
and failing gloriously at having fun with the criticisms.
No, I
That's how
wasn't
I
trying to have fun.
felt.
I wasn't trying to have fun with the critics. I expected it to. It's another case of exactly what I just said, where so with the co-parasocial relationship thing,
Yeah.
both serious and joking at the same time. The thing about uh me going into it expecting like a lot of toxicity and then getting hurt by it and not responding as well as I could potentially. I expected that too, and I just did it anyway. And I wanted to do that. That's what I wanted to do.
um,
And it's helped me learn more about dealing with criticism and I had a lot of thoughts about it.
that's part of the point, right? To
Yeah.
challenge yourself with that kind of criticism.
No, that wasn't the point. But
Oh,
that ended up being the lesson, but it wasn't the point. The point was um to see what the criticism would look like. I knew it wouldn't be pleasant, but I wanted to see.
so I can't stand you fucking artistic types. I always overanalyze and create things that aren't there. I always do. Always. Uh yeah, I definitely thought that part of it was for you to challenge yourself with the criticism. That felt like the goal to me. But now I feel
No,
stupid.
that was no, the challenge myself was just a required task to do it, but it wasn't the goal. No, you're like as why would you expect to be able to guess what my motivations are?
Oh,
It's okay. It's
everybody
okay.
who's
It's
artistic,
okay.
I let my thoughts run wild about it. It's like a
Yeah,
fun it's like a fun
you're
puzzle.
you're wicked autistic, baby.
Oh yeah. I made a 35-minute fucking video analyzing a music video, all right? I am. I am. Going
Yeah.
over every fucking minutia. Um Kilo said Seth can just being himself, but also he can't separate himself from real Smeth. Even when he is just being Seth, he's still selling real Smeth. Uh
Selling?
yeah, I think yeah, well, you know what? That's what he said. Yeah, deal with how he said it. I'm not gonna
Um,
put my
I
spin on
think that that is probably true
it.
of what like many months ago when I first started streaming and I was still more active in like Discord communities and stuff, which I'm not anymore. Um, I think that I would go into a big group chat and because it is Smeth and I was like, okay, this is like I am a representative of myself. So that was a thing. So that's true. Um, that's not true anymore because the way that I've learned to deal with that is to just have more boundaries. Um, so yeah, But that's definitely not. Yeah, so that was true, and to some extent at some point, but it's not true of me all the time. It was just true of me specifically in Discord, big Discord group chats, like voice chats or whatever, for a certain period of time, because I felt like I had to sell it or something, and it's a little bit awkward. I don't do that anymore.
Do you think that are the lines clear for you?
What do you mean, the line between what? The line between what?
The uh, do you think that there's any difference between Seth and the real Smeth?
Uh, I'm not playing a character.
Yeah, that's if I thought you were playing a character, I'd say I would say the character real Smith.
So yeah, the only difference is I'm in front of a camera,
Hmm.
and I've grown some skills for being entertaining that I don't use in every single conversation that I use in front of a camera, so that the stream will be more entertaining. But other than that, it's just me. It's just me, but like with some whatever. I mean, yeah.
Well, I guess one
Honestly,
difference
it's
has to
not
be
it's
you
not
don't
really
say
much difference at
narcissism
all.
nearly as much off camera.
No, I do.
Oh my God.
Actually, I'm actually off camera. Um, I off camera I am like, yeah, I have way less people in my immediate life. There are some, but I have way less than people in my immediate life that I can be so honest with. I have a lot of fucking shitty relationships with people that I can't be so honest with, that like family and stuff like that. And um there really isn't a difference between Seth and Smith. Um a lot of times when I'm off camera, I'm just waiting until I can be honest again, because I don't even like the people I'm around, or like at work. Like
Yeah.
I'm just fucking miserable.
Mm.
And then I slowly let people in into like that shit. I told some teenage boys that worked at the place that I work at. I was like, they were like asking about it, and I was like, "And I complain about women online," and they were that. And ever since then, they like ever since then, they give me this look like I'm like the king or something. Like, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what's wrong with these people? And I said I complain about women online, and I was like, and then and men, but they only remember me saying I complain about women online, and they love that. I don't know.
I told a couple jobs ago, I told the people that I worked with that I was a big Mr. Girl fan. And when I do, I just make the joke like, don't Google him. Um, but like then I'll just usually just talk about him. That's sort of like my padding for like, as I talk more, you're gonna hear some stuff that you need to let me finish what I'm saying before you cut me off and start making assumptions about it. Because I'm not really shy about it. But I think that every once in a while that gets me in trouble. Like people won't say it to my face, but then they'll say things to other people.
Ron in my chat just said,
Oh, that's
I insulted you on the Mr. Girl subreddit, and it felt good. Well, I'm
how's that
glad.
spelled?
ROAN.
Oh, okay. I thought that's very similar to my most antagonistic regular.
Well, I'm glad that you insulted me and it felt good. Because if it didn't feel good, then fuck you twice. But if it felt good, then good.
um, no, I know this one myself. You do not. Well, I guess I'll ask. I think I know. Do you live with your parents? They asked.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought in the Mr. Girl review you were in your own place. Am I wrong?
Um,
Or sorry, the Destiny report. I don't know what the fuck I got that from.
yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying yeah. I was like, ah, fuck.
No, I was somewhere else.
Okay. Um, if you, so I'm just gonna keep it at a hypothetical. If you plan to write more of these, do you have any kind of different approach that you plan on engaging with the criticisms with? The majority of the
Um,
complaints are about how you dealt with the criticisms rather than reiterated
yeah.
criticisms.
Yeah, if you watch my previous stream, I go over it. My previous two streams, honestly, I don't think that I have to engage with honestly, know you is a good. I just need to be more kind. Is the thing.
I like that. Um,
I want to. I want people to be able to use me as an emotional sounding board, but doesn't mean that it's good for me. So I just want to be kind.
yeah. You're pretty mad. At the one
Mad
guy. Well, maybe it's not the right word. You exuded a lot of hostile
energy.
energy. Yeah, that made me let me put it this way. I like just watching it with my wife. It was impossible for me to not like make jokes that were like at your expense, but they were jokes that I would make if I was just like in the room with you. They're not the kinds of things that I
Well, then
would feel
make
like
them.
this is appropriate. I don't know what they were,
We'll
but
make
that
them.
it's not the kind of thing that I would criticize somebody publicly for. Like I criticized Mr. Girl for his ADHD shit because it was fucking retarded beyond all belief. And I relentlessly, every time he responded, I went back on him. But like, it's the kind of friendly remarks that it's the kind of remarks I would make to like one of my friends who are saying something that were like an easy shot to make. But so I think that what you're doing lends your like almost begs to have comments made that aren't necessarily
Yeah.
friendly. But I just think that people,
I don't know.
the
I
internet's
don't
full of people
care.
that have never had to deal with the consequences of talking shit. I think so. They just let it all out.
There's let it all out. Let it all out. You don't I don't want people to be responsible for taking care of my emotions. I need to figure out my own boundaries with it. And if I do something provocative, then I should be honored to have provoked you. If I'm not, like, I need to make room for that. And I'm going to have to set the boundaries
Then I
for
think,
myself.
uh, do you think you did a good job of that in your videos?
And what videos?
The last two that you did, or streams. I'm sorry, streams. I always get there late, so they're videos to
Um,
me.
yeah, everybody calls them videos.
It's because
Yeah,
we get there late.
I appreciate that. I take that as a compliment. But yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It's something I'm working on.
Okay. So say in it didn't
I'm
come off that way, but it makes sense when you say it, but it didn't come off
I
that
have no
way.
issue. Because I have a pre-existing relationship with Emery.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue like being Emery. Like in my like that is because comes from a place of familiarity and fondness. So, but
I
so that
understand.
that's a little different. Yeah.
Uh, did you see what he said, or is he also saying what he's saying in my chat in your chat?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So I'm not suggesting that you don't respond at all, but know your limits for your own sake. It didn't seem like this was something just done for fun. You do care about what others think of you. You cannot control it, but you step away and manage those feelings better before responding.
It's just it's care. It's not that I care about what others think about me so much. Like random people think about me. It's so much as I care about the narrative that's painted of me, but also I don't care what the fucking Mr. Girl subreddit thinks of me. And also, it's just once I start engaging, then I get sucked into it. And if I, a lot of the criticism, if I get defensive, that is not a good idea because it sucks me into it, and I don't need to be defensive.
I think it
Anyway,
also encourages the worst kind of behavior, largely speaking, if you're being defensive.
apparently.
Well, your own words too. Paraphrasing your own words, that the worst part about it is the mean things people are going to say about you. Which honestly, I thought that was the most provocative.
No,
For me, that was the most provocative thing that you said in all of the videos.
yeah,
Nobody wants to say that.
yeah, yeah. It's not the fact that I wrote the letter to Max. It's not how it makes him feel. It's not how it makes me feel. It's not how I felt before I wrote it. It's not how it's going to affect our relationship. It is the only toxic thing about it is how the comments might make me feel.
Yeah, I think that comment is what really made what you did different than what almost anybody else could do. Anybody can write something that they're going to get criticized for, close their eyes and press enter. But almost nobody's going to go back and read them where people can see them reading them and then say, "You hurt my feelings." That's
Yeah, I never want to stop doing that.
that's the thing that's what, like when you said that, I was like, "Oh, that was deeply provocative to me." It made me I had a lot of like hard to understand feelings when you said that.
Yeah, well, I
Because
make a
there's
lot of
times where
people
I'm like,
hard.
stop, stop doing what you're doing, and then other times I'd be like, you know what? I think this is good for me. Like, I think this is bad. Um, I'm a very when I watch things, that's when my empathy is at its highest. I can't stand seeing somebody get embarrassed in a movie or when somebody's crying in a movie or anything like that. If I'm watching something and letting myself be engaged that way, I'm just they're not a person in front of me, so I'm just wholly open
Yeah,
to it.
because you're not people pleasing.
Yeah, I'm just like a vessel for other people's emotions when I'm watching movies or something. If it's not a real person there, it's fucking awful. Um, I felt like I couldn't even tell you how I felt when I watched that shit. I was just like 1 minute I'd be like, he should just stop, and the other ones I'd just be like, ah man, this guy who's talking to him is like an asshole, and I was just all over the place. Um, Also, Emery is trying his best to say, I really do think that Emery is criticizing you because he cares. He said that he's mad at you because he, what did he say? I'm not suggesting that you didn't respond at all, but for your own limits, but know your limits for your own sake. It didn't seem like this was something that was just done for fun. You do care about other. Oh wait, he already said that part. Oh, the reason I was being mean with you is because I was angry with you and felt bad reading it
It's
at
fine.
all.
It's
You see,
fine.
when he read it, he felt bad after he read it, and he's mad at you. I
Well,
think for putting yourself out
yeah.
there.
Well, that's fine. I accept that.
Felt like I couldn't pull you out of the possible
You don't have to.
rumination, something I have been through.
You don't have to.
Well, this is. I'm glad that you said that, Emery. I've watched you go through like a whole range of emotions on this subject in the last 10 hours.
All right.
What do you.
Anything else?
Yeah,
Any last words?
yeah. Um, how do I want to put it? What do you think people are misunderstanding the most about it? Because I'd get little snippets here and there when you're doing your videos. But it's hard for me to.
I think people are don't understand how boundaries work. People think that other people need to hold they feel like they have to hold boundaries for other people rather than people holding boundaries themselves, and they are insecure and indirect and repressed, and it is triggering and brings up a lot of because the reason that you become like that is byproduct of a lot of traumatic experiences which happen a lot in situations like that, and it makes all of those come to mind for people. And I think it's probably strange the notion that I am not being asked to hold boundaries for someone else, and that's not what's happening here. It's probably like, what? Wait, like it doesn't compute, and that's what I think is happening. And it becomes a vessel for a lot of other people's emotions, which I shouldn't just stomp on.
That makes sense. I think it, the subreddit treated you both like an adult who was fully in control of that situation and like a child who's just being bad. It was really weird. The whole subreddit was like a, uh,
Passive aggressive.
I was gonna say like a bipolar rant that couldn't make up its mind. You're abusing Mr. Girl. How can you let him abuse you like this? It was just all over the fucking place. You were criticized for everything that you did and didn't do with it. You pissed
Yeah,
everybody off. You made everybody mad all at the same time for contradictory reasons.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
That's pretty
lie,
cool.
saying it out loud. Yeah, I'm kind of fucking envious of your ability to
It
just
was a
piss
cool
everyone
idea.
off.
It was a cool idea, I think. Yeah.
So kudos to you for
Thank
making
you.
everybody mad at the same time. Um, there's times where I really aspire to be that frustrating, but I think
Well,
I there's not been a lot of things that I've seen in the last few months that made me think and reflect on myself as much as the videos that you did. And I think that criticism's good, but I think that asking yourself why you feel the need to criticize it might be a bit better to do first, because
no, no, I think they
if I
can
took
do
to
it.
my keyboard, well, I do too, but if I talked to you before I let myself think about it, um I wouldn't have a lot of the reflections that watching those gave me. And I thought they were pretty good for that.
Hmm.
Criticism is great. I think if you feel the need to criticize somebody, do it, but thinking about them and internalizing those criticisms first, why I have to say that, is really revealing. And I think that it's just a missed opportunity if you don't. Because I got something out of
I
it.
don't. I think that the criticism can be part of the learning,
Sure.
as long as I don't destroy it and snuff it out.
Well, I know you said there was one last thing, so I just want to say thanks for giving me a chance to talk to you about it. I swear to God, if anybody says anything later during the stream about this, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Uh, I gave you fucking dogs what you wanted. I also wanted to talk to you about it. Um,
Cool.
but
It was a good
now that I
talk.
did, they need to shut the fuck up about it. And I'm looking forward to.
Well, you now have to write a letter about
I'm
how
gonna
you
write a fucking
feel.
letter to you in the subreddit.
I'll hold my boundaries.
Um, so
Well, you'll
sad.
be one of many, though, in that case.
That's true. Oh God, are they already doing it?
Everybody should just like start writing letters to Max. And
Like a I am Spartacus kind of deal.
yeah, but they'll all do it in like a stupid way. Like actually tell him what you think about him. And see, you can go into my subreddit and tell me what you think about me.
That's actually, unironically, I think Mr. Girl would fucking love that if everybody did that,
Yeah.
except when he didn't. Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, sound
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's when I'm going to be moderating debate.
Yeah,
Yeah, you and counterpoints.
yeah. Um,
Polyamory.
I need to shut him up once and for all. He's shooting his mouth off on Twitter saying dumb fuck shit for no good reason. He didn't. He has no fucking horse in the race, and I'm gonna correct it.
And you got whores in there. You got multiple whores in the
Ooh,
race.
ooh, easy, buddy. One of those whores
Okay.
is my wife.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks again. I'll see you then. If you're watching my stream, you know how to find Smeth. Let's be fucking honest.
Real Smith on YouTube.
And god damn it, like my fucking stream. Jesus Christ. before I
N-
get out of here.
I should link your stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm
Um.
gonna. We're now in the subreddit arc of Mr. Girl and Destiny fighting with each other. That's where I'm headed after this. It's starting to get messy.
Yeah.
Guys, think about Mr. Girl banning people now. I didn't know about it until now. I have no thoughts. I don't even know if what
That's
you're saying
Elder
is accurate.
Drazi's channel.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, Bad Horse. He says he's writing a letter. We've got one non coward in the chat. Let's go. All right, I'll see you. I'll see you fucks later. All right, bye.
See ya. Um, I gave him one super personal critique, and he didn't respond to it. I said, "You better not start rapping." Um, it just wasn't about the letter, and he didn't say anything, so I left it alone. Uh, yeah, Emery, I think you did good. Uh, I think Smith is getting jaded by his shitty job. Uh, he's certainly getting bummed out by it. He said enough. Uh, he almost exclusively says negative things about it. At least that I've heard. Yeah, that's pretty big bummer. I've had jobs that I really, really hated. I held back a bit, seemed necessary. Um, Sometimes it's not generally going to be my advice to hold back how you feel about something, but sometimes it is necessary if we care more about communicating something. If you go too hard, then sometimes your message can be lost in how emotional or like how charged what you're saying is. So, yeah, sometimes it is unfortunate and unfair that we have to hold back to communicate better. I'll give you that. What do you guys think about? Oh, yeah, I read that. Oh, also, Raul, you asked me, and I was just I didn't read it off because I thought the question was kind of dumb. But he said, "LOL, do you guys think your streaming careers peaked at the Mr. Girl interrogation stream?" My answer is I don't really care. I do this because it's fun. If that is it, then that's fine. I'm happy to have the people that stop by when they do, and that's pretty much why I stream. Uh, So, like, it's not really relevant to me. I'm not a big numbers kind of person. Obviously, I notice when I have like a big uptick, but my biggest achievement streaming so far was All Rounder told me today that he watched my whole 11-hour stream over the last couple days. And to me, the fact that somebody would spend 11 hours listening to a single stream that I made, super cool to me. I made it clear when I was in his chat that the last time I sincerely thought I might have been participating in his. The last time. Wait. Made it clear when I was in his chat the last time I sincerely thought I might have been participating in his mental self harm, so it seemed better to hold back. Wait, what's super cope? I want to know. Let's see here. My friend wants me to stream on mushrooms, and I said, that sounds awful. I don't want to do that. He said, don't you think, what did he say? He said, don't you think it'd be interesting, or is it not allowed? I said, I think it would be really uncomfortable. And I am correct. It would be really uncomfortable. Emery, you would have known that from the start. Everything a streamer says is super cope. Okay. It's a mental disorder to want to be a streamer. All right. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. Did it bring it up for me? I don't think so. Gotta go digging through the Destiny channel. I'd love to go digging through the Mr. Girl channel, but his streams were like scattered and not all in one place. And like some of the places that they are, they're not organized properly. I really wish he'd fix that. Let's see. Oh, no. I have red lines on videos from a year ago, Destinies, that I just watched at the time. It's not very good at helping me figure out where we left off. Let's see. Oh, okay. I know where that is. So... Oh, wow. Sometime between the bridge burning between Destiny and Mr. Girl and the subreddit war arc was the Keffels Manifesto. What a busy time. What a time to be a viewer. Disney shows proof, streamer mass reported Mr. Girl friends. Okay, we're close. Quite close here. There was a big gap. Oh, okay, yep. Here we are. So we'll do this for a little bit, and it's not gonna be quite as long tonight. I have to pick up a friend of mine. Would you say Destiny destroyed Mr. Girl and he won the war and it wasn't even close? No. I would say Destiny destroyed himself. Oh, shit. I think I forgot to go back to All-Rounder's question. I'm sorry, homie. Let me see. Did I? Oh, it wasn't a question. It was a comment. I still wanted to, though. Yeah, I definitely think Mr. Girl destroyed himself. But whether he considers that to be his destruction may be another story. Okay, there we go. Reshape that up. Blow it up. Is Sick dead? I don't know, maybe.
Okay, everything you set up to that point is A-okay. You can have your views of everything. You can have your way, but you're wrong.
Oh, wait. God damn it, this isn't...
Higher degree of trust I just don't see. Again, there's people who won't.
That was the. I thought it was it, guys. You should be fired. Oh. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So, I need somebody who's here regularly to answer this. Emery, all-rounder, Elk.
Not of your fucking. No, I'm sorry.
Did we do this one? Or is this red highlighted from, or like, do I have this watched part? Because I think we watched this. Wait. Lex Friedman. No jumper. I don't think we watched this. This is You Should Be Fired, Mr. Girl Confronts Destiny, and moderator lists demands. I can't remember if we watched this or not. Oh wait, we did. Stardust jumps in the end and talks to Destiny about the conversation they just had. No. What the fuck?
Yeah. Anything else?
When I click back, it should go take me back to where I fucking was. God damn it. This guy has too many videos. Jesus Christ. Destiny didn't destroy Mr. Girl, though. Mr. Girl was done in by his own actions and his own decisions. Destiny didn't have to do fucking anything. It's not bad faith at all, because I don't accept the options that you gave me. That's how I honestly feel about it. I've even said in the past that I'm like mad at Mr. Girl for destroying his career. That's how I've always framed it. So that one was for sure the last one that we went over. Yep. Saw that. That. Okay. Then we're here. We're on the false allegations. Oh. Wait. What is happening?
And Cherry was like, "Here, I'll read some Cherry tweets, because these are great." If she didn't block me, she didn't. Yeah, hold on. She said,
I disagree with that assessment, but
"Yeah, let the record show." Whatever.
You pay for her porn?
I was going to, but then I paid for VR chat porn, and I didn't want to do it because I'm literally tight on money right now. I just had to pay for my dog sit. I'm just like, I'm limiting the money I can spend, and
just mute yourself. Mute yourself. Just stop talking altogether, bro.
Wait,
Yeah.
why? Because you don't engage in the same porn as me?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, you were about to be one of her customers, and now.
Okay.
Yeah. Just stop for a second.
Ah, I see. Okay, yeah, that's where we're
On
at.
cold, I'm a pedophile, and he like with no
Hey,
irony said
Milkman.
he found Cuties the movie attractive as fuck and watched the whole thing. That's who your friend is?
Speak of the devils.
Here we go.
Oh, Max, welcome. You look like you've seen better days.
Zerka, I need you to.
Destiny straight his relationships because he can't handle criticism. I think he does. But I really do have to lay Mr. Girl's like downfall at his own feet. But that doesn't mean I think that he was bad or wrong from it. Cherry recapitalization arc is wild.
Just stop for a second. The ladies and gentlemen, the court calls Max Carson to the witness stand. I would like to present some evidence. This could be uncomfortable for some of us. Cherry, you may want to avert your eyes, but I would like to demonstrate for the ladies and gentlemen of the court that I have love handles. And so when I bend over like this, it may appear.
Off the screen, bro.
Wait, who said that? Who said my man?
When I bend over like this,
Okay, it's irrelevant.
It may appear.
Off the screen, bro.
It may appear.
Why are you built like Paul the alien?
You didn't bend over to the side. I don't know why you're doing that. That was the start of my clip. That's the direction you were. But when you did it, the time that I pointed out.
So when I'm getting up,
forward.
if we can recreate the pose and the clip, when I'm getting up, you can see that it could look like.
Any clippers?
It could look like my ass is half covered, right?
You would have to do it straight forward.
But then if I stand up, you can see my ass is covered. My pubes are covered.
Bombshell.
I'm completely covered.
Max.
I'm all good.
I feel.
Let's get a frame-by-frame analysis.
Level 6 degeneracy?
There's nothing that I have except for asking him why he did that with his pants lowered.
Well, and why did you double down, Max?
Also, come on, like, how often do you see a woman's midriff? Are you gonna fucking cry about that on Twitter, Cherry?
Lav, okay.
Wait, so can I ask?
I
want to be able to defend myself.
Be a victim.
You're accusing me of sexual harassment, so I'd like to be able to defend myself.
Okay, so the two. Anything.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Wait, stop.
Don't interrupt Max. He's Jewish. He's a minority.
Thank you. Okay.
Christ.
The two clips you showed.
I honestly feel robbed that there wasn't more Mr. Girl and Zerka content because, God, that would be my favorite kind of shit show, honestly.
Different times of me standing up, right?
Yes.
Okay. So to show my pants being low.
Only one of them is showing you standing up. The other, we don't see that happening.
Right. So the one where you see me standing up, do you think that I was intentionally, in your words, showing you as much as I possibly could to get a reaction out of you or to mess with you? In the clip that we just watched, where that you watched a while ago, do you think that when I'm standing up to like move my equipment around, do you think that I was trying to flash you to get a reaction or to dominate you or make you uncomfortable?
Or to dominate you?
Cam, I didn't see that.
Okay, great. This is good. So my pants are in the position that you find problematic enough to include it in your accusation when you couldn't even see me. But you're using this as evidence that later
to show
let me finish my to show you where
Okay.
my pants already were when you couldn't even see me. You're using that as evidence that later I intentionally pulled my pants down to show you my pubic hair for some power play or to create sexual discomfort in you. What I don't understand is, wait, let me finish. What I don't understand is how those two things can possibly be related.
Okay, so
Because isn't that kind of exonerating to show that my pants were in a position that you would call low before when you couldn't even see me? Doesn't that indicate that, like, what are you trying to show? Just a propensity for me to pull my pants down to make people uncomfortable?
I do not love
that's the vibe that I got, and I used the start of the clip to demonstrate that that's where your pants were, because I had no other way of showing it.
They were already okay. So either
so they were already low.
Okay, so either I'm kind of a disheveled person.
Cherry's lies fucked you over, like, personally? How?
I'm not questioning why you're wearing them
The
low.
pedo's winning.
Either I'm a disheveled,
Answer. He wants to know why I think something malicious, and I'm trying to get there, but he doesn't want to let me get there.
I'm either a disheveled person, or I intentionally flashed you to cause sexual or emotional distress in you, which is what you said on stream.
Yep.
And that's what it feels like when I look and I see that you took my cam and made it full screen before you decided to stand up.
I understand that, but
so then
if that's what happened, if that's what happened, wouldn't showing my pants being low earlier, when you couldn't even see me, kind of suggest the opposite? That's just like where my pants were?
Max, if you just wanted to stand up and stretch, if you just wanted to stand up and stretch and you didn't think that you were going to reveal anything uncomfortable, why did you cover the entire screen with my camera?
Because I'm having a really hard time emotionally and psychologically. Our conversation.
Oh, come on, Steven.
So that's why I have a bad vibe, and it felt
I want to finish. Steven, I need
you
you to stop her from interrupting me if she's going to accuse me of sexual harassment. I need you to moderate this.
I haven't accused. You've asked me to explain why I think it was malicious.
No, I was in mid-sentence and you started talking, Steven. I need you to stop her.
Maxwell is going to finish his sentence. Go ahead.
Maxwell.
The reason I made your camera big is that I'm having a very hard time emotionally. I have been since my band.
Okay, shut up. Let him finish.
You shouldn't say hard time.
No,
John, shut up.
Shut up, John.
John, if you feel a need to actually laugh during this, that's fine. But if you're going to fake laugh, I would like you to hold that till the end.
You're saying I had a hard time when she's accusing you of sexually.
Steven, mute John.
I get why you're fake laughing, but I would like you to wait till the end.
Okay, now we're good.
Just don't stand up.
Okay, go.
Okay. I'm having a hard time with my ban and with recent events. Losing Stardust as a friend was difficult and painful. The conversation with Cherry was difficult and painful. Also, having a herniated disc is difficult and painful. All these things are all kind of compounding each other and making me pretty unhappy. It was nice having you as the co-host, though, because you were talking to the guests, and I thought, you know what? I don't want to be on camera right now. I just want, ironically, I just want some privacy. I just want to be invisible. I want them to talk to each other. I want to stand up and do my herniated disc, old man back stretches without people looking at me, without people commenting. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want my face to be visible. I just wanted to be alone. That is why I enlarged your camera, because I said, I think maybe I said it, Cherry, I want you to like take over, or no, I said that earlier when I was messing with the set, but what I was thinking was,
yeah, you didn't say
I want you to,
when you did it.
Great. What I was thinking and feeling was, I want you to take over. I don't want to be on stream. I don't want to be on camera. If I thought of it, I would have turned my camera off to you too. I was no reason I wanted you to see me. I just wanted to be alone for 30 seconds. That's why I did it.
Please let me know when I can respond without interruption.
You can respond.
I don't think that... Okay, if I'm making you understand how I viewed the situation, you were not timid about showing half of your ass crack.
Yeah, it's bumming me out too. Shit.
In the start of that stream, you didn't feel the need to cover it or hide your body.
My ass crack was
when
not
you-
showing. There's
okay,
no
you're
time. Wait,
interrupting me?
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is
get
there
a
any?
Okay.
Do we have a clip of
we
my
get a
ass
clip?
crack showing?
Okay,
Is my ass
Cherry,
crack
would you
ever
like to
visible on
submit
stream?
evidence to the court for us to review real quickly
the
before you
clip.
begin?
It's the
No,
clip.
no, we saw the clip. There's no ass crack. You're
can-
adding
no, no.
stuff.
You're Cherry. You're accusing
Okay.
someone of sexual harassment. You need to have
Show,
the
whoa, 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 whoa! One at a time.
Please.
Cherry. Okay, 18 seconds
Where
in,
you
we
could
have a
see
clip. Hold
half
on,
of
hold on.
his ass.
18 or
Make him.
who said 18 seconds in? This isn't even an 18 seconds.
That's not my clip. Can Vim fucking stop?
Okay,
Go to the
Vim.
digital archives.
18
Vim
seconds
keeps
into
saying
this.
he wants me to fucking permanently go away
Okay.
because of this Stardust face.
We're watching. Hold on. 18 seconds into this. Here we go.
You have a 7K HD.
We have the 7K HD clip coming up. Here it comes.
Yeah, I thought you were super inconsistent in how you were applying boundaries,
Okay,
or how you were even stating your
There we go,
position
hold
about
on.
boundaries.
I'm gonna let you take the reins. Explain
I'm gonna
yourself
pause it
while I
online
when I see it.
Wait, hold on. Let's.
That's my setup because it's a lot of
wanna
problems. right now.
recreate it.
Okay. I think that in your content,
Okay, there it was.
Oh shit.
okay. I think that
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
They pulled the fast one on me. None of Destiny's background fucking mattered until just now.
This is.
All right.
his ass is out.
So I'm standing like this. Is this my shirt's like up for some reason.
Brother, your water's in the way.
Yeah, Max. Max, when you do that, it's worse actually. But in the clip, it doesn't look that bad. But here, it looks bad. Stop doing that.
It's because it's
It's
pretty
not
similar.
helping you.
Okay. So is this? Would you say this is pretty similar?
I would say that's very similar.
I might even give myself this, and I think the front was a little higher. So I think we had an angle here. It looked like that, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay, but if I stand up and I turn around.
Oh! What is that?
Now-
Hold up. What is that? There was
Yeah,
something at
no,
the top of your-
Sherry.
Hold up. Enhance.
Sherry, this has to be a nothing burger.
Okay,
That-
that's
oh,
hair.
it
That's hair.
looks-
That's not.
Oh, it's
that's
hair.
hair.
That's
I
hair.
no. I don't want to get you. I don't want to get anybody
looked like
banned.
his
If we zoom,
ass.
I have a
It
little.
looked like the
I have a
top of
little.
his ass
I have
to
a
me.
little tail. I'm a hairy guy.
And that was
but
so
that's,
traumatic to you that you
wait,
had to
wait,
make
wait.
fun
Let
of
me.
it.
say it
Let me
was
defend
traumatic,
myself. I need to
lad.
be able to defend myself. This is one of those times where I just need to be able to talk.
Yeah,
Well,
I
hold on, wait,
understand.
wasn't
I know.
Cherry
I know. I
supposed to
played. I know. I
finish
played this
her-
card. I just want to say that was my ass. Half of my ass crack was not showing just now, right? But it was pretty similar to similar locations. Okay, I have love handles. I have a long torso. I
saying
totally
ass crack
understand
is
how.
wrong.
Okay, I have a long torso. I have love handles.
Christ, I'm a heavy guy, and I know for sure there's been times where I've stood up. There had to be some of my ass crack showing. This is such a high crime. God. This this crime is fat phobic. To be fair, Mr. Girl's not fat, but the thing often forgotten about this arc is the people already believe Cherry and Stardust right off the bat because of how they viewed Mr. Girl's character already. 100%.
I totally
It
understand.
was not
how-
a credit to Cherry or Stardust whatsoever. It was simply a preconceived understanding of Mr. Girl. That's it.
my body could look like to you, like my pants are halfway down my ass. I totally get that. I don't think that is malicious
Okay.
on your part. I just want to make it clear that they were not
Thank you.
actually that low.
Hold on, Max. Shouldn't you be saying
you.
she just farmed a nothing burger out of you? That's a nothing
No,
burger.
no,
Max,
no,
I don't think
I-
you should
No, he can
self-abandon
at
like
least
you are.
fucking acknowledge
genuinely.
why it
Hold on.
was
I'm in
bad.
Hold on,
lawyer
Sherry, you don't
mode.
get
Wait.
yeah, Sherry. If you want to cancel him, I'll give you dirt. But that is the biggest nothing burger. This is like controlled opposition. He's not that bad. He's got a bunch of things to answer for. That's not one of them. A fucking hairy back. You're
It's
pretty
not-
much saying you're uncomfortable because he's ugly. That's what you're saying.
Wait,
Jesus
wait a second.
Christ.
Yes, I didn't know that the
I
bottom
want
of his back was different from his butt. I thought they were.
No, apologize to Max.
Yeah, hold
that
on,
does not
hold on.
change
Before
how I felt about the second half.
That's let me finish. Lav, I'm in total defense mode right now. Okay, somebody's got a gun to my head, and I'm like, oh, you look no, that is a nice hat. You look very nice today, Cherry. That's very nice of you. This is not my real feelings. This is not like a vulnerable expose of myself. I'm totally in fight or flight survival mode right now. So, as my own lawyer, my official statement on this is yes, believe all women, absolutely. If that made you uncomfortable, I believe it did make you uncomfortable.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay.
I got a question, man.
But
I have one question.
John, shut up. John, shut up. John, shut up. I believe you that made you uncomfortable in the moment. I think it's totally fine that you were concerned, that you talked about your concerns. I think it's fine that we're talking about it now, and I'm glad that we had this opportunity to clear up that my pants were not, in fact, halfway down my ass. Okay, continue.
Good job, guys.
Yes. I can say that is your lower back, not your ass.
Okay.
I don't know how to prove anything else. It was very strange what you did. I still don't understand your justification for taking my cam full screen when you did that.
Do you think I'm not telling the truth when I say I just didn't want to be on camera?
Yeah, I don't believe you, but I can't say why you did it. Like, I can't.
You think I wanted to be alone with you?
No, I don't think you wanted to be alone with me.
She's too
So
to
then,
being
can
a
you
victim. She's way
hold
too attached
on,
to being
hold on,
No,
hold
I am just
on.
I'm insecure in this moment, I'll be honest.
Okay, so can you,
I would be too.
Then what do you think he was doing?
Me too.
Other than what he's explaining to you he did. What is your, what was your thought process to what he was doing?
I
what's
thought he
your-
was fucking with me.
Okay. You
Wow.
think that, at the moment, you think that's more likely than the story Max is giving you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I don't think that, I can't disagree that that was his lower back and not his ass. So I was wrong for saying
What's
that.
interesting is, Sherry, you sexualized him.
True.
When
He didn't
easy
ask to
And
be
Zerka
live
makes the best
sexualized.
point.
Easy to do. Okay, and
True.
when I stood up, can
Okay,
you describe
relax. Not that easy.
Can you describe my physical movements as I stood up? I stood up. My recollection is I stood up. I probably just arched my back. Maybe I put my arms above my head. Are you?
Yeah, I know that
do
your
you-
shirt raised up and your pants
Yes.
were lowered.
Now, when you say they were lowered, are you saying that I adjusted my pants to lower them?
Yes.
Okay, so I stood up and I reached down and I lowered my pants.
Yes. Not like you flashed me your dick,
Right?
but you lowered them.
How
Made a
much?
clip.
No, there's no recording of this. This
Oh.
is just from her memory.
How much? Maybe like an inch.
Wait, there's no recording of this? This wasn't on stream?
Doesn't Stardust have?
Or
He
you
covered his stream with my camera when he did it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so there's no recording. There's no way to prove
Which
any
is
of
why,
this.
yeah, so I don't,
So I mean, well,
there's nothing that I can fucking do to prove anything.
So why did you?
Bro,
As much as we love this,
John, we have to come to terms with who we are today. Okay, Cherry,
Don't
how
say
much
we.
lower?
The only thing that I have is, I
much
mentioned
lower
it
are
to
we
him
talking?
after he did it, lower.
you mentioned it to him. So why'd you?
How
go
much
public with it?
lower?
Lav, did you watch the tweet before you decided
How
to
much-
just
how
insult
much
me
lower?
and tell me that I'm a liar?
Yeah. So why
How
did
much-
you?
how
Why
much
did
lower?
you publicly say something, Cherry, if you had already talked to him in private about it?
How is Lav the most disruptive person in here and John Zerka's in the call?
How much lower, Cherry? How
I'm
much lower
disruptive.
than this?
How am I disruptive?
I would
Nobody
can you
is
just-
getting on Mary.
can you please answer
I
this question?
understand None of the
Probably
men
like
want
2
to
inches.
be.
I feel like God, Lav, Cherry, and Zerka. I mean, to be fair, Mr. Girl too. I can't believe anybody got to finish a sentence. To be honest, like to be a 100%, that's kind of wild. They are some of the most disruptive people in conversations.
None of the men want to get
2
on a woman
inches?
who is pretending to be a victim, but I feel like it
I
is
don't
my
have
duty
2
since
inches.
I'll do it.
Lab,
but
you are
guys
a
gonna
Mr.
mute
Girl
me.
simp and you hate Cherry. That's the only reason you're
Yeah, I
invested.
was
Okay, so
gonna say.
chill. Okay.
Me and Max have had a feud for fucking months.
Chill.
I'm still
Whoa,
find
whoa, whoa,
this
whoa.
disgusting.
Chill. What?
Steven, you go over people's fake cancellations
I
all the
hate
time.
you
Yeah, and I'm letting
she's
these
clearly
two.
she's fake canceling this.
I am
this
letting.
fucking pedo guy.
I'm not
Okay.
asked to enter my opinion. I'm letting these two sort it out. I'm not jumping down anybody's
Okay.
throat. Yeah, I've already
So-
given like my
so,
opinion on it earlier.
Well,
I feel
Cherry,
like
you're in the wrong.
I think we're all
Clearly
just
in
kind of
the
like
wrong.
we're talking because we've hit a dead end. So the dead end is that
10,000
there's
views.
there's no recording, and all we have is Cherry's testimony. I don't even have a counter testimony. I don't remember what I did.
She already
could not-
backtracked. She already backtracked.
She
dude.
backtracked
did
about early. She backtracked about earlier, but she's not backtracking about that moment. She's saying in
Yes,
that moment, I lowered my sweatpants to 2 inches below where they were just now, manually.
I said maybe. I don't fucking know. I didn't.
Well, what I just
I
want
didn't
to know
come
what you
out
think.
and measure while you were streaming.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm just asking you.
This is
I'm just repeating what you just said.
okay.
I'm saying your claim is I stood up, I lowered my sweatpants 2 inches beyond where they just were, which I agree. I mean, where they were, I could probably get 1 more inch without showing pubes. 2 more inches, we'd be in pube territory. And I agree with you. That would be either inappropriate and completely negligent or sexual harassment if I did that. I don't think I did it. I don't remember doing it. I don't even remember touching my waistband at all. But I mean, the whole point of me putting you on the screen is that I thought I didn't think about how you were watching, so I thought I was alone. I wasn't. I was not even aware that you could see me. I know it doesn't make sense, but I was not thinking about how you could see me. So,
Max, can I help you a bit? Just a little bit?
No, I would like to interject.
Just a second.
No, Cherry. It's kind of her life right now, so let's let her say her piece.
Okay, let the
I
lying
don't
machine go.
I don't like what Lab said, which is that I walked it back. In that clip, I point out to him what he did, that why did he do that? And questioning why he pulled his pants lower, and he gave justification for it in there, saying that your something about your
I don't
back.
think you said why did you pull your pants lower. I think you
I
said
did.
why did you stand up with your pants pulled lower.
No.
Do we need a transcript?
Did we play the clip?
Yeah, let's play the clip. I want to see what you actually said.
Okay, we're gonna roll the whole clip.
Do you want to talk about the Stardust thing? Well, you should. I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah, I
just,
thought you were super
nothing.
inconsistent in how you were applying.
Do you want to talk about the Stardust thing?
Yeah, I thought you were super inconsistent in how you were applying boundaries,
Okay.
or how you were even
explain.
stating your position about boundaries.
I'm gonna let you take the reins. Explain yourself while I fix my setup because there's a lot of problems right now.
I have the quote.
Okay. I
Hold on,
think
we're
that in your content, explained to you and even challenged by you for like their authenticity. And I just thought that was contradictory.
I see. Well, yeah, it sounds like we're having a big misunderstanding here.
I'm not saying that all furries are bad, but I'm just saying don't. I wouldn't want to paint them as a saint. There's scandals within those communities.
You know, I think I was just taking your opinion, making it stronger than it was. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, there's a lot of people here, so I feel like I'm taking up a lot of room, but I have a million things I want to talk about, so I should probably just come back some other day. I'd like to hear like Benny or Ace come in here. That'd be cool. Or Saxon.
Bro.
Or Q2.
Don't try to control the hotline, all right? It's out of control. That's the whole point.
I love everything you said. I just got distracted. Are you on a green screen?
Shout out to Saxon there.
Just the way your hair. Okay, no. I should just jump off. Sorry. Thank you.
Max, why did you have your pants down so low and stand up?
Oh shit.
Because I couldn't think of a good comeback.
Would you say you were trying to get a reaction?
No, that's because my back hurts and my.
I always interpreted that his reaction there said I couldn't think of a comeback I think he was just really uncomfortable that she said that. And he was just trying to let it roll off his shoulders there.
Physical therapist has told me to not sit for extended periods of time.
Or stand without your pants properly pulled up?
No, actually, she said they should be pulled down. That's why I did that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so can I say something?
Yeah, I was incorrect.
Okay. So I just want to say that
We
when
lied.
when I said no, I don't think she. I actually I don't
No,
think
she
I
did.
don't. I don't think she's
She
lying.
said
I'm
she
not.
had.
I'm not accused. Yes. Oh, well, you just got muted. Lav, you're muted. Okay.
Wait, how did she get
So-
muted? Who muted her?
Wreck, bitch, wreck.
Okay.
Oh my
so let me.
God.
I would like to respond. I'd like to respond. I just want to say first of all, I thought you were joking. I realize now that I should have taken you more seriously. In the moment, looking back, I can see you're clearly uncomfortable. My empath skills failed me in that time. I thought you were just fucking with me, or that you were mad at me about something else. I did not understand that you were actually saying I made you uncomfortable and actually asking me a question. I thought you were trying to make me uncomfortable and that you were borderline sexually harassing me or fucking with me somehow. I see now I completely misread the situation. If I had known how you felt and what you were thinking, even though you said it, which I know is my fault, I would not have made a joke in response. I would not have dismissed what you were saying. But I was joking. Obviously, my physical therapist did not tell me to have my pants pulled down. I was trying to banter with you because I thought you were bantering with me. Okay. I feel, or think, that if I had actually pulled them down 2 inches below where they were to show you my pubic hair, I feel like you wouldn't have just said, why did you stand up with your pants low? I feel like you would have mentioned, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you shoving your pants down while I'm looking? I don't know.
I think I would have said that in the VOD too.
I just got a video of someone saying.
Lav,
I just got a video
you're not
of
helping.
Cherry
You're not
talking
helping. You're not
about
helping.
Max's.
Okay, you're not helping. You're not
Lav,
helping.
you are upset.
I know you're very passionate and very feisty. This is actually kind of an important moment for my life right now, so I just wanted to let Cherry finish what she's saying. Okay, Cherry, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think if you did pull them down, I would have said it in the VOD. And I think I am getting confused and making incorrect statements.
Good on her.
Okay.
For admitting it.
I understand.
Very
and
late,
I believe
but still.
you that you're confused. I believe you this is not intentional.
Sherry's a
whatever I did-
liar. She's even
Whatever-
doubling down.
Stop! Let them finish their
I don't give a
conversation.
fuck.
No,
I don't give a fuck.
I swear on my life, I believe you. I don't think you're lying. I don't think you're being malicious. What if the conversation?
Knowing more about Cherry like I do now, I think that she took the out. I think this provided her with a really good and convenient out, and she took it. Like this is like her only chance to say, "Oops, my bad," and she's saying, "Oops, my bad" now.
Made
That's
you
my
uncomfortable. Obviously, it did. It made both of us
'Cause I
uncomfortable.
think
But I
she's
know it made
lying.
you
No,
uncomfortable.
the conversation
Okay,
did not make
okay.
me
Well,
uncomfortable.
then-
I
okay,
hope people
okay.
watch that fucking debate because I fucking rolled you. So
Okay.
go-
Good.
That's very believable, Milkman. Well, I was in Destiny's Discord before. I used to go in there every once in a while, just like have like casual debates with people and stuff. And I remember one time there's these people in there. They weren't interested in that, and I don't remember what they were saying or doing, but they were just like kind of like harassing me. So like, all right, I don't want to do this. So I'd like leave. So I like left the VC, and then they'd leave, and then I would go back in, and then they would come right back in. I'm like, all right, that's annoying. So I go to another one, and they would like follow me to like all the VCs. Like I think that only happened once, but that was enough for me to like look for another community. I was like, this is weird. I don't like this at all. Politics has a conspiracy channel. Yeah, what, I'm soft because I don't want to deal with it. Like I guess, like that's just not what I was there for. So that's just my experience there. But like I mean that's not really the kind of example I need to give to kind of like press the point that Milkman's saying. Like, it's not like a secret that Destiny's community is a more rough community. I think it's just like a generally accepted thing. And I'm not even like I don't put that at the feet of Destiny. I think that more than I used to, but like I it's complicated, but I think he claims he used to claim more responsibility for the actions of his community. But he's backed off on that a lot. I think it's really weird the kind of rhetoric that he used to have about how much responsibility he had for his community and like the ways that he would like please his community. And he's like walked a lot of, well, I don't, well, maybe he hasn't walked it back, but he's sort of just like changed his rhetoric on it for sure over the last year or so. It's a feedback loop. I get no respect for being top boss. Saxon, I can't read all of your chats the whole time the stream's going. I try to catch them here and there, but like my streams would be like 10 hours long. I had one 11-hour stream the other day, and I'm like still streamed out from it, to be honest. That one had nothing to do.
Okay,
I'm not
something made you
we have an
uncomfortable,
11-hour stream.
obviously. Either me standing up, my body, the conversation, something about what I did made you uncomfortable. That much is
But
clear.
you do your thing, man.
And,
I mean, you were
I just want to say,
throughout most of it.
Okay, let's not
Sure.
like jump to the other thing too much, okay? Because we don't want to.
okay,
Yeah.
I don't agree that I was manipulative.
Steven.
What?
Wait, let me just
Wait, let him finish the
let me finish. I don't agree that I was manipulative. I understand that that is your take. I just want to say that whatever happened, something happened at some point or throughout the interaction that made you uncomfortable. I just want to say once and for all, that was not my intention. Certainly was not my intention when I stood up, and I was not trying to.
It is one of the things that really bothers me about the people that criticize Mr. Girl is that they never come back to this and say that like anybody else, like let's be real, anybody else in this situation would not have behaved in the way that he did. They would not have responded the way that he did. They would not have stood by the person that accused him. Nobody does this ever. Nobody gets accused of sexual harassment, and obviously he defended himself, but he also was very clearly in defense of Stardust and Cherry when it happened. It was when this happened, I thought it was really inspiring. I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but that's the reason why his like initial response to it was like standing up for them. And that's why I reached out to both of them to see if they wanted to give their side of the story without somebody like pushing back or trying to grill them or whatever. If they just wanted to like have like an open like mic to just give their side, because everybody else was like hardcore grilling them. I thought it was remarkable. And I don't think you'll ever see anybody else react this way to an allegation ever.
To cover the screen
Very
so I
unique.
could do something gross and weird in private with you. I completely agree with you that if I were to expose my pubes to you, and after that would be horrible, monstrous behavior, deserving of a cancellation on all fronts for everything.
And not only that too, Cherry just did the hotline with him, and Stardust just had a falling out with him just before this. Like, most of the time people get accused of something like this, even if they do it, like they're not, or whether they do it or not, there's usually not like, I mean, if you didn't do it, I'm sure it hurts your feelings, but there's like a really personal level of like having hurt feelings over this, and he still like is defending the people accusing him. That's the fucking crazy, mature behavior. It's unreal.
Thing forever. I like that. That would be really fucked up. But that is not what I was trying to do.
I'm pretty sure Cherry goes on to blame Stardust of like convincing her.
I am sorry that I made claims that I can't substantiate. I can only say that I feel weird about it, and I still feel a bit weird. But yeah, I'm not asking. I'm not asking people to just assume the absolute worst of you, to just understand why I viewed that in a really negative way.
It's antisocial.
Are you retracting any claims?
No, I think what you did is super antisocial. I think
It's so dumb.
out of nowhere.
So dumb.
And, like, stretching, and you like used my cam to.
Standing up and stretching is super antisocial. So I guess if you have back pain, you're a fucking freak. I'm a fucking freak. I have back pain. And I have to frequently stand up and stretch, so I guess fuck me, eh?
To cover the fucking screen. I don't understand how I'm not supposed to view that as you not knowing that you're probably doing something inappropriate in front of me.
Oh my god.
They already cleared up that he didn't.
Are you retracting? Are you retracting anything you have said before this stream? Like, is there anything you're
details
taking
I think
back?
are probably wrong.
Okay.
You lied.
Like.
Wait, Lav. I just want to understand her position, her current position, where we're at.
I mean, for real though, Lav is kind of the hero of this stream. She's getting really pissed off because Mr. Girl won't just stand up for himself, and it's great that he's not. But like, somebody has to, right? That isn't John Zerka. Like, I feel like he can't. He just doesn't count.
So what I can acknowledge is that that I could be incorrect on where the pants were. I could be incorrect on whether it was pubes or if it was your belly. But I think that like what you did still is like really weird to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So we're now talking about. You're saying I didn't do anything externally, objectively sexually harassing or in.
I can't be sure. That's what
You are not claiming that I did at this point. You're not claiming that I did something objectively, externally sexually harassing. You're saying that based on my personality or my behavior or the way I did it, you are reading into it some kind of malicious intent or power play
Saxon,
or weird.
You don't have to convince me. I know Cherry is a pathological. She's a fucking nut, dude. That was Mr. Girl's rage right now. How bad it could have gone for Max had he let his rage out. Hey, dude, honestly, even the kind of like stoic props I gave him aside, the ability to not just flip the fuck out when you know that you're being falsely accused, like he knows it. Good God. Yeah, I'm not curious about what you know about Cherry. I do know enough. I think it's fine that you know more than me. I don't care. I don't like her, and I don't want to learn any more about her. She crossed a line with me, and I just don't give a shit about Cherry. I don't know, but like I said, I don't care to know about her.
Thing I'm doing with my body, but
yes, and I cannot say or confirm or even I'm backing off that it was pubes or anything.
But that's objectively like a sex crime. You're basically saying like it's a weird thing that I did, but you're not sure why.
Weird thing that you did. Cannot confirm pubes.
Okay. All right. So at this point, we're just, I guess,
Where's that T-shirt at? Weird thing that you did cannot confirm pubes. Mr. Girl slipped on that one. You know, all right, Faxon. If you have the context as to why Cherry out of nowhere would talk shit about my wife, when I seen the video from when she did it, that makes it not that bad, then I'd be interested. Otherwise, not very interested.
the debate is about my internal state at the time. I think you're the first person to accuse me of harassment or sexual
Especially when I didn't talk about her
Okay.
many months.
Ever?
Shut up.
And even when I did, it was
what
nothing
that
bad.
Is. Okay, I just consider it you were like fucking with me in the moment. Maybe trying to get a rise out of me.
You
put me full
framed it as
camera.
antisocial behavior.
I think
Bite
that
the
is.
fucking bullet.
No, I think that is
You're
antisocial.
lying. You're trying to look good now because you know that you did something wrong.
So antisocial meaning
100%.
psychopathic, right?
Yes.
Meaning like not being able to like control yourself.
She is the
I
worst.
have a great point. Please.
Okay.
The thing that made her the worst for me is that when I tried to confront her about it, she ran. I finally found a Discord that we were both in, since she banned me from her stream preemptively and kicked me out of her Discord preemptively, even though I did nothing to her. Like, if you're gonna do that shit, you can at least, the very least, I think that you owe me the ability to confront you about it. Running and hiding
Because if it
afterwards
goes
is
last, it's gonna nuke.
cowardly.
Nobody caught the fact that she said 8.5 minutes ago she was extremely frustrated with the debate he was having, using manipulative tactics she accused him of, and that's
that was
why
at
she
the
did
end.
this.
Why are you defending the depth of your holistic views? Nobody's attacking them, right? Pubegate makes me not want to get a camera for streaming, not gonna lie. Jesus fucking Christ. Sure. One of the things that I think that I feel really secure in, just like Mr. Girl had plenty of people to come to his defense, I wouldn't have a lot of large streamers, but if I was falsely accused of mistreating somebody in a similar manner, I know that I would have people to come to my aid. The people that I've interacted with, I've been good to. I've always been honest and straight up with, and I've defended basically anybody that had something they need defending for when things have come up in this space. So I'm pretty confident. That would be the case.
That's why she did this. That's why she's mad about something else. That's
Okay,
why she
but that-
lied about the pedo guy.
But it could also be,
No.
that's not helpful. It could also be that she, because of my behavior during the debate, was primed to believe, or actually was correct, that I was trying to fuck with her in different ways, and maybe she felt like this was just another
Yeah, I think I viewed
emotional
it as
tactic.
I viewed it as a lot worse after the way the debate ended, where you told me that I was like mentally
Yeah.
incapable and
I forgot
emotionally
about that.
incapable of following the conversation and too traumatized to ever have a conversation about consent.
So you thought you'd prove him right?
Lav, you haven't watched any of this stuff. You don't even know the claims. You're literally just here to tell
shut the
me
fuck
I'm
up.
wrong
Shut the
and
fuck up.
bad.
I really appreciate.
You are so
Wait,
empowering
you're
for
muted,
women.
you're muted,
I want you
you're
to
muted.
know.
You're muted.
It's not me doing it, by the way.
I don't
got
think
a
I've ever
rogue
appreciated
Discord
Lab
mod in here.
more.
Like and
No,
Hey,
no, this
I
is
will
the
fucking
problem.
shut up. Here's the thing. If you want to come in, this is a very serious situation, a very serious topic, and Mr. Girl and Cherry are doing a pretty good job talking amongst themselves. Now, if you can take the spite and anger out of your voices and actually provide something constructive to the conversation, you can talk. No one is going to be upset if you actually point something valid out. But you both seem to be really here to stir shit when the conversation's going fine without you. So either you fucking grow up, or I'm gonna boot you, and then Steven can take away my perms. I'm gonna mute you. Be adults.
Giga Chad.
Actually,
well, I've been an adult this whole fucking time. I think it's very
I get
great.
it, but I still
that,
appreciate
Max is trying to take accountability and
everything
trying
you
to be
just said is
empathetic
valid.
to Cherry.
But I
we also just watched
I still
Cherry
appreciate her.
lie about watching Max pull his pants down, about reframing it so it was like she was like, I maybe felt uncomfortable. You called it antisocial behavior, and then you on Stardust stream you said that he had a small dick afterwards. You weren't fucking traumatized at all.
Okay.
Whoa, is that true?
Wait.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Lycan say anything worthless.
That stream because I said I didn't see his dick.
You said your dick is. I have the clip.
No, you've been grinning ear from ear, from fucking ear to ear. You're gleeful at the idea that Cherry did something bad and you get to piss on her grave and dance around it.
Bass voice
I think
I just
a couple
heard.
things
Ah,
are true.
man.
I'm stoked
That doesn't
Cherry
make her
fucked
wrong.
up this bad, and also I think it's fucked up that another woman is lying about another fucking man. I think both things can be fucking true.
Cherry did say
Accurate.
I have a small dick, but she also followed that by saying that she has not actually seen my dick. So she did say those things. I don't think that's evidence that
You
she...
look like you have one.
No, but
I
she's
don't
obviously
th-
not
I
that
s-
fucking traumatized by it. If she's going on, I feel like that's
Okay, no,
more
that's not
sexual
true, Lab.
harassment
That's
than
not
what
true.
she's
That's not
accusing you
true.
of
That's not true. A traumatized person might very well go on stream and call the person who sexually harassed them, say that they have a small dick. That's totally normal for a
I think you're
traumatized
trying to
person
look
to do.
good right now, and that's great.
Well, I'm
but
obviously trying to look good. That's why I got on the stream. I didn't. I didn't wake up thinking like, you know, it would be a fun conversation to have.
I'm doing so much harm for victims. Are you a
Okay.
victim,
I'm not a
Cherry?
victim, but the way you are like reacting here
Jesus fucking Christ.
is probably why more people would
literally-
never speak up.
Lab, you're more mad than Mr. Girl.
Max, hold on.
I think
do you
Yeah,
feel that
because,
you have
because
control?
Max cannot.
Max, do you
Well,
feel you have
yeah.
control of this
Oh, no,
conversation?
because
If anybody but Cherry made that statement, it would feel so much more valid. Like if somebody else watching this would have said it, but like, just Jesus Christ, she's not the one.
you have a
No, I
dog in
don't. I
this
would like
lab.
control. I would like control over
Okay,
it.
cool.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
there you go. They're muted.
Okay.
Where were we?
I think we're at reading each other's intentions. I don't want to do that to you. I think because I don't think you. I mean, I guess I think you kind of sexually harassed me with the dick comments, but I'm not. I don't feel like traumatized by it. So I don't want to read into your intentions. I don't want to say that you're a liar.
October
I don't want to say
16th,
that whatever
2022.
they're saying about you. But you need to read into mine because I agree. There's a lot of gray area and sexual harassment where people do things that ostensibly. I mean, I just made a video about this with a physical therapist.
was
who was
just
like, putting
about
his
to
crotch
say
near
that.
mine, and I couldn't tell what was happening. So there's a lot of gray area where you can do something that is not against the law, not even really breaking social norms, but given the context, takes on new meaning and does become sexual harassment. I think it's worth talking about this and examining these things. So I think all that's left to do now is to, and I also don't want to assail your character and say like you're not able to read into situations because of XYZ. So I think all there's left to do now is just hear you out on your read on it, and then if you antisocial or psychopathic behavior where I'm trying to fuck with you for my own pleasure or to throw you off base or to humiliate you or for whatever reason, and then if you have any, I don't really have anything to say against that except that it's not true. I don't have other accusations like this. I don't think this is part of a pattern of behavior, so I can speak to my own character, and I can tell you that it's not what I was thinking, and it's not what I would ever want to do to anybody.
It's really easy to
and if you
forget
have any
about
other
Pugate.
questions, or if the court, the judge has any other questions for me, I'm happy to answer those too. But I think that's pretty much it from my side.
Yeah, so I think before jumping on Hotline, even in looking at your content and shit, I was the person who was like, well, I can't assume malintent. Even in that conversation, I didn't want to assume malintent. At the end of that conversation, it definitely painted a different picture for me. And I think I should have absolutely let myself sit for a day before I jumped on stream, talked to another streamer, looked over the content again, and uploaded and tweeted about it. I should have given myself more time, because I definitely made mistakes here.
Okay, I think not giving yourself time is part of the job, you know? So I obviously I agree with you. I don't think you should make such serious accusations, but I also think we are in a fast-paced, moving profession where when something happens, you do want to get on stream and talk about it and talk about the drama and express yourself, and the personal and the professional and the show all get mixed into one. So yeah, for my sake, you should have waited. I guess maybe for the sake of both of our reputations, you should have waited. But for the sake of entertainment and money, not waiting is incentivized. If you had waited, can I ask you what you think you would have said, given more time to reflect on it, or if you would like to say something now or something different now? Is it like, I just want to know what your position is.
Yeah, so I would say my position is probably still with that first set of tweets. My takeaway of that debate is still the same. I think that the ending of that debate, I haven't changed my mind about that, and I'd be more curious to see how other people felt about it. Probably, I don't know if I need more time to even think about that one, but I feel like my takeaway of the debate is accurate, but I see where maybe talking and gassing it up with my stream, reacting to that clip, even dragging it out instead of considering how it would be taken. I don't think I would have done that, but I think I do still have the feeling, at least right now, that it doesn't make sense why it happened the way that, like, you covering it with my full cam and doing that, I still don't understand. And I know that you're saying your reason, but I don't want to overcorrect, and just because I feel bad that there were things I said incorrectly, but I still have bad feeling or unresolved feeling about that situation.
Okay. I think that makes sense given how you felt about me during the conversation, and yeah, if you think my behavior is inexplicable and odd, and you have a big question mark, and at the same time you've decided or gotten the read that I'm maliciously trying to undermine or harm you during the stream, I understand why you would feel uneasy about me.
Obama.
Okay.
Wow.
Stephen, as a moderate voice in this conversation, is there anything you want to say about Cherry's response?
Which thing? Like right now, or like her the?
Yes.
I can't believe that she's just not willing to fucking own it. God, I'd be so embarrassed. I think if I was in her position, I just would not be capable of not saying sorry like 1,000 times in a row. I think Max should have stated a boundary in order to address this properly, that Destiny should remove everyone else from the conversation. Aside from him and Cherry, with Destiny, obviously, mod. I think it's easy to say that now. That feels like a really obvious thing to say now, but at the time, I think that if you're in Mr. Girl's shoes, you just got to be really grateful to have the space to make your case like this. And it probably, it probably does him quite a bit of good having the other people there, to be honest.
What Cherry has said. There are those in your audience who feel that there is pushback to be made, and you're probably the most responsible person to make that pushback.
I'm giving everybody in this convo a strong gotcha.
Cool.
I don't know. I got DM'd earlier when I saw it. I think Max DM'd me, and I think I said LOL, and then I think Stardust and I think Cherry DM'd me, and I said LOL. All of it just kind of seemed silly to me. I can understand maybe Cherry feels uncomfortable for some reason, but obviously the implication is like incredibly severe in terms of what's being accused. So I thought it was like, if you're gonna make accusations like that, you better be pretty fucking sure, because there's gonna be huge ramifications.
Yeah. I don't think how weak Cherry's walk back is. It's so arrogant to me. The like total disregard for the damage that she's done. Like that's the thing I think that gets me about this and makes me upset when I see it still, is that she just really doesn't give a fuck. Like she walked it back when she really didn't have any choice, but gave literally zero ground that she wasn't like forced by evidence to give. And it comes off as really, really tacky at best. And super selfish and malicious at worst. I could never. Like, at what point do you just have to say, like, oh my god, I fucked up so bad, I am extremely sorry. Like, if there was ever a time that called for humility, I guess some people just can't see past their own shit.
As the writer of history, what happened here?
You're asking me to conceive of states of
mind?
The audience. I don't see enough to think that anybody's doing anything to intentionally make anybody feel creepy or creeped out or awkward. That seems like for me, I think I said this earlier, I think on stream, I would need to see more to demonstrate that, because that's a pretty big accusation, and I would need to see some kind of like, oh well, has he given any indication?
It's just, so Mr. Girl's not looking for Destiny to condemn Cherry. He's just looking for him to exonerate him to his community, because Cherry's fucking weak ass walk back of it was so bad that some people could still walk away from this thinking like, well, he still did something antisocial and bad. And I just think that at this point, he just, like, to the logical mind, he's fully exonerated, but to the average chatter who doesn't like him, he hasn't been fully cleared of all charges, and I think that's all he's really seeking here.
Doing something like that. That was my read on it, but
okay, so you're saying that what's your summary of what has occurred here today?
It seemed like you were adjusting. Are you willing to give? That's what I saw. I don't see anything more than that. I wouldn't assume there was any like malintent or anything, but I wouldn't see enough to convince me of that. Do you need more than that, or do I need to be more clear? Or? I don't think you were intentionally trying to creep anybody out.
I think we should hear Lav's opinion on
it. All right, I'm unmuting them now.
Destiny's response here is pretty weak too. He should have definitely been in greater defense of Mr. Girl. It's really weird that he would, I mean, instead of saying, I don't think you did anything deliberately to creep anybody out, that part's fine, but it needs to be paired with because you didn't actually do anything. But like, if he wants to say like you didn't do anything, but I can understand that sometimes things can get lost in translation, or like, but she might have thought so. I don't think that she was like on purpose trying to any of that shit, but it should have included that Mr. Girl didn't do anything wrong. I think he's like appropriately seeking that.
I think at this point, sorry, Dudley is being loud.
Extremely unfair. I think it sucks so bad, Steven, that you have not come to Max's aid at all.
Yeah.
I think that you know how
careful.
big
Hold on. If you want to be
harassment allegation is, we just saw Cherry fucking lie about it. She did not concede. She doubled down on it.
You're assuming. Hold on. Okay, so Lav, you
Max
just made.
cannot. No. Let me finish.
Okay,
because
finish.
Max cannot defend himself right now, because if he does, he looks really bad. So he needs you. He needs you to create a narrative or not create a narrative, but to tell the general public that he is not a creepy antisocial rapist, and you will not do it for some reason.
Okay, so no,
True.
shut up. Hold on, stop. Lab, you just made the exact same fucking mistake that Cherry did. Okay, Cherry saw an action, she assumed a state of mind. Don't ever fucking roll your eyes at me like that. I swear to God, if I ever see you do that again, okay? Stop.
Or what?
So Cherry's huge fuck up here was that she assumed a state of mind, or she assumed an intention that probably wasn't there. I don't think it was enough. And I did say that unequivocally. I said that in clear terms. I think most people understand. I don't think Max said anything weird or creepy. And I think it was probably dumb to tweet it out. I've already said this, okay? I'm not gonna come here and get on some fucking giant fucking bully pulpit because you've got
a second. Wait,
Didn't
okay.
say Max
I
did
would
nothing
like to. I
wrong.
would like to. I would like to
Didn't we say
respond.
that?
I'd like
Wait,
to.
I didn't even finish responding to fucking Lab, okay? Your problem, Lab, is you are assuming that Cherry is like just fucking lying, okay? Now it could be.
Just lie.
It could.
She did just lie.
Saying something that is not true is not the same as lying. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Destiny's right.
No,
And
I
then I'm
don't.
pretty
Okay,
sure,
so
yeah,
let
Lev
me
said
explain.
no,
No, stop.
which is
No,
bad.
Stop.
Dumb.
I don't. Stop. Okay. A lie implies intent.
Yep.
Okay. If I tell you I'm gonna be home by 5, yes, it does. You dumb bitch. Okay. If I tell you I'm gonna be home by 5 p.m. today, and I run late from work, and I get home at like 5:20, I didn't fucking lie to you. It ended up not being
First
true.
of all, don't talk to me like that.
Okay, then stop.
Don't call
Hold
me
on,
a
stop.
dumb
Stop.
bitch.
You're actually triggering the fuck out of me. Holy shit. Stop. There is a difference between a lie and being wrong about something, okay? It could totally be the case. The problem I'm having with you is you're making the exact same mistake that Cherry's making, but you're like eager to blow your load down her fucking throat about it, okay? Cherry could have actually been uncomfortable, and she could have actually made incorrect assessments, and she could have actually remembered things incorrectly. And I think
was uncomfortable to some extent.
let me finish. The
But
evidence.
she blew it up for attention.
Stop.
Wait,
The
okay,
evidence.
let me-
I'm gonna ban all of you. Let me fucking finish my fucking statements. All of you, okay? The evidence, I think, supports me because all of this is video recorded, and Cherry is the one who tweeted out the exact fucking clip that we just used to disprove what she said, which shows me she's probably not intentionally lying. She probably misremembered the event, because why the fuck would she put evidence on Twitter that would disprove her own fucking statements if she was maliciously and intentionally telling a lie? Okay, so I don't think she was lying. I think that she was probably misremembering what happened because she was more emotionally involved in it. That was like changing the way that she viewed the events. So I think she was wrong, and I think that going live with these tweet accusations or whatever was dumb, and she shouldn't have done it. It was irresponsible. Obviously, she should have gone over more, maybe even approached Max privately. Those are my statements about everything. Go ahead.
Stance, but I'm gonna take the Cherry's a fucking liar stance. So.
Okay, I feel that when Steven, if you're characterizing what she did, I agree with you. It was not intentional, or that she's confused. I agree with that. But if you're gonna describe it as just silly, it feels like you're absolving her of the responsibility that comes with a platform and comes with making accusations like this. Where I think you do have some kind of responsibility to not be confused when you make these accusations.
Yeah, I just said that. You shouldn't be going live with stuff like this without doing a very clear recording of what's happening. What do you want me to say? Cherry, you're a dumb fuck. Don't do this.
No, I don't. No, I don't want.
Cherry,
No, stop.
Cherry.
I want to finish what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
No, I don't want you to performatively mock me by calling Cherry dumb. That's not what I'm asking you to do, obviously. I'm saying that when I text you about it and you say LOL, and when Cherry does it and you say LOL, and you get on stream and you say, well, this is a little silly. This is kind of silly. Well, yeah, it is silly because it's kind of baseless and unfounded, but when a baseless and unfounded accusation or a silly accusation can ruin someone's life, I feel like you calling it silly at that point is kind of absolving her of all responsibility.
Okay, the reason why
Max,
I think all of this
no.
is silly is because none of this is ruining anybody's life, and I don't think anybody's gonna remember this in 2 days. The accusations that somebody showed somebody their fucking pubes, I don't think anybody's gonna remember this 2 days from now. Now I understand why you feel like it's horrible, and I know why you have to respond the way you do, and I understand that. I'm empathetic.
We're over here
but
looking
nobody's
at
gonna
it
talk about this in 2 days. This is
a
the
year
dumbest
later.
fucking thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. I don't think
That's
anybody's
also
gonna
not
in the
accurate.
future be like,
But maybe
remember that
that
time
says
Max
more
showed his
about
pubes to
me.
those girls? It's fucking horrible. That's why I said this is silly. But yeah.
Okay.
it's dumb and it's irresponsible. She should have done it. I agree with that, of course.
But also,
Do you
his
think people
response
aren't? Do you
hasn't
think
been
people aren't
supportive.
waiting
Can I
for Max to fuck up? Do you think people aren't waiting for Max to fuck up even a little bit? To
Not as
cancel
much
him?
as you're waiting for Cherry to fuck up.
Hilarious.
That's true.
That
That
is
is
true.
You literally told me you were coming on stream to do a victory lap. So yes, of course,
Whoa,
people are
is that
waiting.
true?
Yes, so of course people are waiting for people to fuck up. Yeah, no shit, everybody's doing that. Okay, Jesus.
You're acting like both things can't be true. I can fucking hate Cherry, and she can also be fucking wrong right now.
Also
I get
true.
both of those are true. Cherry is
You're
fucking
scared to
wrong,
go-
and you hate Cherry. I believe in both of those things.
You're
Why are you?
scared to go too hard on Cherry because she already wrote a fucking twit longer about you. This is a pattern that Cherry has. This is a pattern that Cherry has.
Cherry can write as many twit-longers about me as she wants. I don't care. I am not scared of any of you crazy fucking women writing any twit-longers about me, because I'm above it all.
Why is it
Write all of
happening
them.
to me?
Write all the twit-longers you want. Please, twit-longer me right now. I just told you I was gonna kill you in DMs. Write a twit-longer about it. Lav, do it, okay? Listen, it has nothing to do with who I'm scared about. Everything I've said is true. Go back and watch any clip of anything that I've said. It is true that, yes,
Cherry,
hold on.
this
It
can
is
also
true
be
that,
a
yes,
pattern.
people are waiting for Max to fuck up. That is true. But you're also waiting for Cherry to fuck up, which is also true. So everybody's making way too extreme statements about everything. For instance, Cherry was being irresponsible in the statements she made. That is true. But that doesn't mean that Cherry was fucking lying about everything she said. That is true as well. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm not making too extreme.
It's true that it doesn't
No,
mean
your
that.
statements, Max,
but I
are
do
annoyingly
believe that.
fucking reserved. And I understand why you should be going way harder, but obviously you're scared because of the implication. Live was right on that. You're worried about it looking bad. But yeah, you should be pushing way harder. You shouldn't be like, Cherry, is there anything that maybe you would want to like rephrase? But what you should say is, Cherry, why the fuck are you implying that I was fucking sexually harassing you when that's obviously not the case of what happened? You should be going way harder. But you guys are all free to do your own shit. Go ahead.
I just want to say, Max, Destiny did not
Very base Destiny
did
there.
not support me when I came on to address it after I heard a caller come in and talk about it, and I haven't gotten a warm reception. I've even got DGGers telling me they hope that I permanently take a break.
Yeah, you said the general viewer doesn't care about this, but there'll be a very vocal minority of them that do care about it, and that can really, which can then spread out to the average viewer. Like, they don't have to know anything. If they see somebody bitching about, if they see a bunch of people bitching about something enough, they'll just come to accept it.
Like,
That's
the
how
community I'm in does not
these communities
accept
work.
what I did.
Well, I don't want them to say that to you. Obviously. I think, Stephen, your assessment of the damage done to me is purely like monetary or not monetary. But like, you're talking about like no one's gonna remember this, but I am gonna remember it. It's like a horrible experience to have two people who you were friendly with or friends recently do something that could destroy you. I know you're saying it couldn't, and you roll your eyes at it immediately, but that's I don't know. That's just not how it feels.
I mean, can I talk?
I think I know what you're talking about, man.
Why do you need to talk?
Listening to your conservative parents telling you to pull your pants up, Max, that's the right thing to do. You sound like a level 6 retard when you don't push back against a clear liar like Sherry. She's admitted her intention was she got, destroyed in a debate by the pedo guy, and now she's mad?
No, that's not her intention.
Why the fuck should we defend you?
Because she's not saying that's not her intention. She's saying that's why she thinks that she came to the conclusions that she did, and she said she's confused.
So why go public about it?
She shouldn't have. I think she
have gone.
no,
Yes,
she
I push back against
yeah.
that. I don't think you should go public with something if you're confused about it. But
Okay,
she
but
said it first.
I think
What is there? There's nothing to argue with. There's nothing to push back.
Now, you know who brings this up? Max Simpson. People who hate Stardust or Cherry. No one cares about this on Max's end. They would have. They would have cared about it had this not happened. The reason why we're watching this now is because we're just going through like the end of Mr. Girl and Destiny timeline. I'm not like watching this to hone in on Cherry and like shit on her a bunch or anything like that, which is why I'm not like going that all that hard. But when this happened, at first, it was a pretty big deal for like a day. And if you're Mr. Girl, it's a really big deal.
Back against.
She's assigning malice to you.
Yes.
Why can't we ask the question why she would go public with that?
Because
that
you're doing the same thing that you're accusing. You're doing the same thing that you're accusing her.
Why is that a problem? We should be
it
doing
makes
this to
it
people
makes it
who fake
because
allegations.
okay,
We should be
I
doing
want to
this.
explain this. I want you to stop talking while I explain this to you. Because the problem is not that she's on the wrong side, and that the mudslinging or telling people to kill themselves or trying to ruin people's lives should be aimed at her. It's that you shouldn't do it.
Darius, if you lose your fucking shit, I will kick you.
I'll just fucking leave then.
I think that's true, but I think that when she has
So then
publicly said
stop
something,
doing it, because by doing it to her, you are defending
He's
her
just,
doing it to
alright,
me
I'm out.
inadvertently.
That's really good.
The liberal logic.
Shut up. What? Okay, Lav is bringing up a legitimate point, and that there is a huge potential cost here for Max, and that it's probably not just enough to everybody be like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, LOL. Because theoretically, if the accusation were slightly different, if the media environment were slightly different, or if somebody else decided to come out with another slightly bullshit accusation, cost to Max could be extreme. So it feels like Cherry gets off a little light just being like, LOL.
This is a
right?
permanent. This is already a permanent black mark on my record. One accusation is a fucking shitload more than zero. Actually, it's two because they collaborated on it. So if I get 4 or 5 more, then I'm at 6. I'm like, oh, I don't know how many you have to have before it's like, well, it doesn't matter if you did it. It doesn't matter if you did it. And so I'm now 1/3 or 1/5 of the way to being labeled as a sexually harassing sex pest.
Bro, you have a song called "I'm a Pedophile." Relax.
John,
what the fuck are you talking about? You're talking about optics. You're
That's a
talking
good
to me
point.
about
That's
optics.
a good point, John. That if you're going to make provocative
Make a song
content,
about Cherie.
if you're going to make provocative content that gives people mixed or bad feelings about you, it is important to behave with extreme professionalism with everyone you interact with, which is why I do. So I have a song called "I'm a Pedophile," but I don't have kids accusing me of being a pedophile.
He also has a song called I Kill Pedophiles, to be clear.
I also have a song called "I Kill Pedophiles." I have content about being in a previously abusive relationship, but I don't have partners coming out of the woodwork accusing me of shit that I haven't talked about. It's very important. It's very important that my public face and that I show, or that I show with my art, I basically have to be a Boy Scout in order to do what I do.
Well, Max, I'm a political operative against you, and I'm telling you, you didn't do anything wrong. You got up with your saggy ass, and she assassinated your character. You not actually defending yourself and pushing back is making you look kind of weird. You gotta tell Sherry.
No, it's not. It's making me. No, it's not. You just don't know how to make yourself look good in a situation,
Max,
and that's okay. I really don't want your advice. I really don't want your advice.
Stop. You're level 6 retard. If you and Sherry become friends again, the next time she does this to you is gonna be way worse.
We probably won't become friends.
We're not going to be friends again. This is my final public appearance with Cherry. We're not going to be friends. We're not going to be friendly. We're not going to be on streams together. I need to protect myself. And I believe everything you're saying. I don't think you're like a bad, awful person. I'm not reading malintent into what you did, but I have to protect myself.
There's no way I'd be able to be that chill about it.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else wants to say while I'm still here?
Wait, are you going to leave after this?
Is there more you want to talk about?
I just wonder, are we cool, me and you? This is completely side note based.
Yeah. Well, was there a reason we
I really
wouldn't
like
be?
irrelevant.
No, I just haven't talked to you in a minute, and I didn't know if like something changed.
No, of course not.
What a
We
guy.
should catch up sometime.
Yes, absolutely.
I always thought that irrelevant was one of the most level-headed and wait, what? Based off, she said that then later said he was fucking with her intentionally. Yeah, I have no idea what Stardust actually thinks about it. Like she said one thing and then like continued to like joke about it and say stuff that made it not seem like she was committed to her statement. So I don't know. It's tough.
Bye, Max.
Sorry this happened, Max. I know that this is a weird thing to. Obviously you're being very empathetic.
Can you stop being passive aggressive to Cherry during the final moments?
I think I'm being aggressive. First of all, I don't think it's very passive.
Can you whatever it is? If you're gonna say something to me, can it actually be directed
You
towards
ain't
me?
sorry for shit, nigga. You are so fucking happy.
Wait, I also don't want to make it. I don't want to make it public. I think I've already told you what I have said to you, but also I
You said it on
empathetic.
stream too, but I appreciate it.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't.
But it was very empathetic, and you're right.
It's like a pubic false flag.
One could describe.
Lav, do you think you engaged honestly with Cherry during that conversation?
Dude, irrelevant.
All right,
you
wait.
guys?
I want to leave before we get into the interpersonal shit.
Okay. I love you, Max. Be
Anything
careful,
else? I love you too. Anything anybody else wants to say, or is this it?
Okay, we've all said our piece to Max. All right, be careful. Stay safe.
Also, just for optics, the whole creepy teacher TV in the background. You know the creepy teacher that rolls the TV? You should get rid of that.
Why you like
I know that you and
He
Cherry
said, "Why are you
friends.
like this?"
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I know that you want to like get a dunk on me, obviously, because you're trying to like
I
signal your side.
Wait, if
Cherry
I wanted to
obviously-
wait, hold on.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Cherry
All right,
obviously
go
did
ahead.
something
Slay.
extremely inappropriate. Regardless of whether or not I don't like Cherry, even if I liked Cherry, I would have this fucking conversation with her. But this just so
Probably
happens.
because you hate women. Go on.
No, I don't. I've had
Jeez.
perfect conversations with Brittany Simon. Love her. With Erudite, I've had great conversations with. I don't fucking hate women. With Aoife, I've had great conversations with. You suck. You suck.
Queeman confronted her on this. She said she seems spiteful towards Max and ultimately said that she goes back and forth on whether or not she feels he sexually harassed her. How? How though? Cherry reaching for the stars there. I can't imagine.
Don't make it a it's about all women thing. You got on me for doing that, Cherry. You got on me for saying that same fucking thing.
I heard you hopped on the stream. You decided to apologize to Madam Genevieve. You decided
Yes,
to
you suck.
take all the
Mentally
criticism
ill. You are an
and change
attention
the
whore.
content
You are a
creator that you
hypocrite.
are.
I don't.
Right?
You are a bad person to me. You are a bad person to me. It's not
Okay.
that you're a woman. It's nothing. You are just a bad person to me. So irrelevant.
Yep.
None of these criticisms have the basis of me just not liking her. We watched her lie, regardless of whether or not she did it on purpose. We watched her fib. Why would you publicly tell a story to back yourself up and not have the facts? Why would
So,
you?
I
Especially
would-
when so much is on the fucking line. When so much is on the line.
okay.
Cherry's not stupid. She knows that if she says something publicly like this, she knows what it's going to do to Max's reputation. Max couldn't defend himself because it would fucking look bad. So I felt like I had to. Because no one else was. Steven wasn't going to.
Careful.
Okay. So on the
That
lying thing,
warning.
I agree with the brother Steven. I think intentionality is a very important part of that. Like your intentions in that.
Careful.
Whether or not it's malicious
Watch
is
it.
very important. Like if you just didn't have enough information leading into it or to the, your knowledge something was the case, then I consider that entirely different than you maliciously going, I know something is a matter of fact, but I'm going to say something else. I think these are entirely different circumstances.
Blinds are also crushed when you're mentally ill and you're making prescriptions. She psychoanalyzed him, saying that she was that he was antisocial. I think she probably thought that,
That's
right? But
a
like,
bit of a stretch,
how
I
much
think,
of that? How much much does it matter if she actually thought that when she is publicly saying that to a bunch of people? I think she's also smart enough to know what that looks like for his reputation.
So do you condemn yourself when you call me mentally ill? Like, what are you talking about?
You are publicly mentally ill. You say you have BPD. I'm not giving new information.
He said, "Oh."
You are mentally ill.
Do you want to respond to that, or do you want me to keep going?
No, go ahead. Because I'm mentally ill, my statements can't be. Just go ahead.
Okay,
They can be true, but you need to take into account your mental illness when we're talking about you psychoanalyzing someone. Obviously, you don't have the best read if you are mentally ill.
You are such a fucked person.
So fucked. I didn't accuse someone of sexual harassment on a fucking whim, and I'm fucked up? Please, Cherry, go fucking cry somewhere else about it.
I'd usually cut it.
I am not crying. Go ahead, Riley.
Go take the break you said you were gonna take.
But
yeah, my comment was just primarily about like how heavy-handed you came out at this situation. I feel like you can.
This is
I
funny
feel like
to
I
me.
agree with you on a lot of it. I'd say probably every major point that you made.
It wouldn't have been
I
funny
agreed
to me
with.
at the
You just came
time.
out really heavy, and it made it feel like you were just really, really dug into the idea that now was a moment you could criticize Cherry and that you could like be in the right on, and you were really getting into that when you didn't have to go to the degree that you went to. Like, I agree with you. Cherry stepped out of line on the. Go ahead.
Because Max wouldn't
have any of the information to come to those conclusions.
So, because Max wouldn't. What do you mean? Like
Max cannot give pushback to Cherry. He just needs. He's in optics mode. He needs to be like, I understand why you felt that way. Like he cannot push back right now. So, and if Steven's not going to do it, and no one else is going to do it except for fucking Zerka.
Now you're back, Max.
But Lav, were you giving pushback without even like watching to see what the situation was? Because throughout it, you said you didn't see the clip that we brought up. You didn't know that I spoke at the end of the clip.
No, I did see that clip. I saw every clip that was posted.
Okay,
Cherry got a vote.
You've got a new narrative now. Fuck.
No, you propositioned it like you had some new clip, and it wasn't a new clip. I hadn't seen this new clip. Okay, this is Cherry. You do this, you get caught up in tiny details so that we don't have to look at the fucking garbage shit that you
change
did.
every
You're playing
fucking
victim,
detail.
and you're being evasive. You're like, no, me and Max weren't that close. When you fully you take accountability that you fucking suck right now. Then trying to make me look bad. You look the worst.
Take accountability
right now.
that you fucking suck right now.
My fucking life sucks. Going from your content to fucking Max's content back to a call with you. I'm fucking gonna lose it.
Victim, go ahead, lose it. I can give you the number of the suicide hotline.
You already quote tweeted it to me, so fucking please stop crying that fucking bothered you that I made the joke. No, the original thing where I made the joke
that you sucked for it. Now I suck. I'm not above it.
Oh, I just don't understand. I don't
You were the
understand
one
how
who
you can say the
posters that you're
self-harm was
above
a joke,
everyone.
but then you're offended to be linked the fucking suicide hotline.
I'm
like,
not posturing that I'm above anyone.
You were literally crying on Twitter. Shut the fuck up! You were literally crying on Twitter. You literally said you were gonna take a break from fucking drama on Twitter. You literally went on your stream and bitched and cried. Why are you fucking lying? Why are you doing this?
What are you
Why are
talking
you
about,
doing
Darius?
Nigga, you go to your Twitter. You literally were like, dude, I need to take a break from all this drama. This just
I said I don't like drama.
You were in Discords. You were in Discords crying.
No, I wasn't. Wait,
I can
what
open
Oh,
up the little
God.
fucking fan Discord thing you popped up and go to Twitter group chat. You're like, dude, I'm in the wrong political. I'm in the wrong
Okay. Darius ruined it for me. That's about all that I can handle. Yeah. I hoped you liked the Smeth portion. I did. Hopefully before you go, you could like the stream. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna get out of here now. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm probably gonna try to stream. I don't know. I do need to have a day where I don't. On Sunday, Chris Speaks and I are gonna have our first episode of our relationship advice show. Tons of positive response, like overwhelmingly positive response when I tell people about it. We already have people that want to call in, which is pretty cool. That's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. I'm debating counterpoints about polyamory, and nothing is like planned other than the same kind of stuff we've been doing. I think going to continue this at least once this week, and then maybe another Resident Evil 4 and research stream before the 2 scheduled ones. Thanks, Coop. You have a good night too. But you know what? I gotta check something real quick. I'm really sorry. A bunch of you already liked the stream. For whatever reason, YouTube doesn't like to show it. So like when I'm sitting here seeing 0 likes on the stream, and I'm like, what the hell? Like nobody? That wasn't the case. God, that fucks me up a lot. It updates everything else. But yeah. Have a good night. Oh. One last thing. If you think any of the conversation that I have are interesting, I highly recommend the conversation I had with Zonia about the difference between gender dysphoric and self-ID trans people. I thought that was a really good conversation. It was extremely informative to me, and I think that it's probably like Zonia said some people have been recently bringing it up, but I haven't seen any of that, so maybe you haven't either. But I think it's a pretty good topic. I think it's a pretty important thing for people to talk about because as far as I've ever seen, and especially when I wanted to initially have the conversation a year ago, 0 conversation about it. And I think that might be the only time I've ever like plugged one of my own previous streams. But I it's actually like a video I uploaded as its own individual video. So it's part of an 11-hour stream, and ain't nobody trying to dig through that shit to find out part of a conversation. But yeah, thanks for being here. Have a good night.